But he already, that's a smart nigga, bro. He got himself out of prison by becoming a lawyer. He already knew he wasn't getting in first ballot.
I consider that nigga was gonna win because that nigga hair.
Oh, listen, you go to prison for fucking 8 years and have to fight your way out. You better not worry about, you're not gonna worry about your hair.
Right, you remind me of Jermaine Jackson. That nigga look mad greasy.
Yeah, I signed this 23-year-old kid up today. Nigga look 50. I tried to get a picture of him for y'all.
What you got? Some Benjamin Button disease or something?
Bro, look like it, bro. You know them people they do the OD comb overs and shit.
No, he got
shit, his shit here. His shit in here looks like this, with like thin hair, like scooped over it.
I don't know how you fucking judge somebody, bro.
Nigga got the Homer Simpson.
I like that.
I don't really know how you fucking clown on somebody when you holding on too, dog.
Yeah, I'm in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode, go mode.
There it is.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the OSA Out of Shape All-Stars, episode 9, overall episode 59. Now we are back, every Tuesday doing what we do. Episode will air on Thursday, but welcome back. Take a seat, put on your headphones, watch us, how you ever listen or watch us, do what you do and enjoy this new episode. Of course, brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. Now we got a full crew here today. Only person worth mentioning is our host, and that is Eddie Horchata. The rest of us is just hanging out, doing what we do. We're going to get the episode started. We ain't going to waste too much time. What the fuck? Hold on.
No. Put that shit back up.
What happened?
Throw out that shit?
Oh, this is
that's what happened. That's when you don't wear your shoes, bro. Like,
no, this is done. I wear all the time. The glue just dried out. That's all.
Oh, no.
The glue dried at the bottom.
Nah, cause I hate when niggas be collecting shoes and then like they go to pull them out, some shoes that they had 8 years ago, and them shits just fall apart and shit. They look like, oh shit, what happened to my shoe?
I got probably 3-4 sneakers I ain't wear yet.
Well, listen, I'm not a sneakerhead by any means, but it's a really great investment. That you buy them and you just keep them behind you the whole time, and then they fall apart.
Exactly.
I'll be excited. I wear them for the first time.
What an investment!
Great investment. I wear all my shits regardless. I got a lot of shoes, but I wear them.
I'm not trying to throw shade at it. Sneakerheads sound like women with purses, right? You buy a girl a Louis bag, you buy her fucking, Juicy Couture, whatever the fuck, whatever brand it is.
He said Juicy Couture.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Well, it still has value because I can resell it. It's like you ain't reselling it; it's sitting there collecting dust. Actually,
summertime, the ground was so hot, the glue.
Actually, the person do be having value.
Oh, what's those? Those are the 22s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fuck with those.
There's no value if you don't sell it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They're not gonna sell it.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. I suggest y'all go in wherever y'all store y'all shit, find your cards, because that's what's really selling right now.
Wait, Pokemon cards?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Basketball.
Yo, nigga, don't sell them shit in Walmart, Target no more because niggas is fighting and shit like Black Friday.
Bro, I got a whole.
I have a whole stack of basketball cards.
There's a whole ass Jake Paul and this other nigga that try to.
That's what I'm saying. I think you know how like 6ix9ine got his chain robbed. Big Sean got his chain robbed. I think Jake Paul gonna be Logan Paul gonna be the next one to get his chain robbed.
Right. He got that Pokemon, the Charizard, the holographic Charizard chain.
Yeah, he called it $1 million card, so he's just walking around with $1 million card. Right.
I don't have none of my shits, but let's kick off this episode. We're gonna kick it off with the open run. Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pose you a question. There's been some breaking news in regards to the sticky situation in baseball.
Oh yeah.
What's the latest?
Damn, it's been that long, huh?
It's been a week.
Yeah, shit. So it's called Spider Tack. I'll get to the Yankees in a second, but Josh Donaldson calls out Garrett Cole saying that he has a good spin rate, and then he gets pressed, and it's like he has never spoken to the media ever in his life. Honestly, add the clip. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the guy was stumbling on his words.
Oh yeah, Garrett Cole. Like, that's when
Garrett Cole.
Hit you up. I'm like, yo, he looked bad.
He looked shook. He had no one prepared him for this question. It's like he's never. You know what you do? You do what everyone does. You deny it. But obviously this is a trend. This is a trend.
Deer in headlights. That
look.
Yo.
Yep. I don't
Yo,
know how to answer that question.
it was bad. It was
Yo,
bad.
you know shit is bad when somebody makes like that deer headlights look and it's all you see is all of this moving. Nigga said,
Yep. But obviously this is what baseball does. You know, this is the trend with baseball, right? Whether it was the steroid era, whether it's the juice ball era, or whether it's the now sticky tack, is that they allow it, they let everyone do it until somebody makes a big stink about it, and then they blame a few guys. Those guys get banned from Hall of Fame, and they get suspended, they get cut from their teams, their whole lives get ruined, and then baseball just moves on, and then nobody does it anymore. So
what isn't there a suspension now for it, like 10 days? No.
Yeah, if you're caught with it, I would imagine. But I'm pretty sure now everyone's going to be. They're all going to try to be
because the MLB right now is asking people to self-correct, like themselves, because they're gonna actively be checking for it.
Oh yeah, they're doing it like as of today, as of right now. They're checking.
You're an idiot, basically, if you still do it when we asked you. They basically asked you.
I saw fucking Ray's pitcher Tyler Glance now. He got injured.
Yep.
Due to the that immediate change.
And a lot of injuries. Yeah,
and he was about to have a fucking breakdown. I saw, like, he was pissed. He was like, "How y'all gonna tell us mid-season something that we used to prepare to stop?" And like he just recently had an elbow injury, and he because he's trying to relearn how to throw without using these type of things. But he was fucking ready to have it looked like he was having an anxiety attack talking about his injury, and it due to them taking the sticky shit or whatever that is.
Spider tack.
The spider tack.
I'm not gonna lie. If you really think about it, for him to really do that tells you like they're really a little too dependent on these extra foreign substances. So it might be a problem because
just like Alex Rodriguez and Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. Again, it's just like, dude, no shit. Everyone, that's what
I'm not giving baseball a pass. I'm just saying.
No, I love baseball. I'm not I know that it gets a bad rap and it's too boring and it's too slow and there's a lot of moving parts. And again, unless you're fully invested, then you're not going to really give a shit. But those who are fans, and that's it. At this point, I'm not going to be able to change Devin's mind and let him know that baseball is a fun sport. That's his opinion. That's what he feels. He doesn't enjoy it. I enjoy it. But this is the problem that I have with baseball is that here we are. I look stupid fucking defending you because you constantly go through all these controversies. You put a few fall guys in there. They get in trouble. I mean, whether it's the cheating scandal with the Astros and Cora and AJ Hinch and all that stuff, you let all these guys go. And Carlos Beltran gets a job with the Mets and then immediately loses his job because he was cheating. It's dude, take some fucking responsibility. You were letting all of this happen. You know what I mean? And now that someone got onto it or somebody was upset and they got put out in the public, now you're pulling back. Oh, well, now this is what we're going to do. It's dude, how long has spider tech been a thing? Or any kind of sticky substance?
So you're basically saying MLB only act in reactive measures. Whereas they allow shit to happen as long as is nobody making a stink about it instead of doing what's right and wrong.
But then at a certain point, it becomes a part of the game. Just like the unwritten rules of baseball is there's certain things you can't do. Guess what? There are certain things the guys do all the fucking time, and it's you've allowed it to this point.
Tell me not to swing at 3-0, bases loaded, and we up 10.
Yeah, of course. You better believe I'm going to swing. There's contract disputes that are going to be coming up. They're going to say, "Oh, you didn't hit this." Get the fuck out of here.
But you have to also look at this: who invented spider tech, and what was the intentions of that invention?
Yeah, true.
So that means someone made it with the intention of the idea that this can help baseball players. I don't think what other purpose does it serve?
Right.
Someone to make that. So I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other substances where people invent them with the idea is going to help someone in this specific sport. So therefore, that pretty sure they made a good amount of money, so people know who they are.
But don't they got the sandbag? Ain't that supposed to be what helps you?
It's supposed to help dry up your hands a little bit, but it's not. Look, I mean, the pitchers used to just intentionally get blisters on their hands so they can add a little torque to it. Everyone's always going to find an advantage. like always. Like
until them
Spygate.
pop, and then
They're like the Patriots and Spygate. They found an advantage. Bill Belichick always finds like these like weird fucking rules that he can get away with, and he does it. It's like basketball does the same thing. The flops, the fucking the take a charge. You know what I mean? Like, hey, when you shoot a three, fucking bump somebody before you go up. It's like everyone's doing it. So why is it a big deal? You know what I mean? Like, it's just leave it the fuck alone. Like, now granted, baseball's the league average is the lowest it's ever been, but that's back to the other conversation that we had before, where it was just like, well, there were too many home runs, and you don't want too many home runs. It's like now there's too many strikeouts. It's like now there's too many perfect games. It's like, dude, you guys are never fucking happy, and that's why I go back to where John, me, and Kev look stupid defending baseball because we love the sport, and I think more so we love the Yankees. I mean, granted, I used to be able to watch any baseball game. Now I only want to watch the Yankees, and even that I don't want to do anymore.
Because baseball is like a regional sport. I think every fan is like that in baseball. They only root for their team, to be honest. They don't actually.
But I'm saying, look, like I think on this podcast, everyone's favorite sport is football at this point, right? I would imagine.
Basketball,
right?
Football.
But you know,
everybody.
What I'm trying to make is you know,
all of us love football.
If I can watch every football game, you better believe I'm going to watch every football game. There used to be a time where I would want to watch every baseball game. If the Mets were on, I'll watch the Mets. If the Rays were playing the fucking Diamondbacks and the Yankees weren't playing, I'm gonna fucking watch that game. Now I can't even fucking do it anymore.
I can still manage Mets games.
I can't.
I can manage Mets games.
I can't. Again, if it's a playoff game, sure, but
actually, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even say that because when I be gambling, it has me in my eyes on all of the games. So it's like, is a game I'm better at? That's the game I'm watching.
Well, John, DQ, I saw the Mets was playing Cubs, right?
Today. They played the Padres this past weekend too, though. That was a great series.
They just lost. Are they losing to the Cubs right now? Because I saw like Baez had hit a home run on a weekends.
Let's see.
Some shit like that. But yeah,
but again, bottom the eighth.
But like Ed said, I see baseball really, they don't fall. It's fucked up because they don't stand in the line of what's right and wrong. It's like, how much can you get away with before we say something? Mm-hmm. So it's like, or before people start complaining, then we'll say something. Like, it's not a matter of like, yo, you guys been doing this and we deem this to be against our rules and what we stand for. So we're going to call it out and say that's wrong. Baseball waits until everybody start coming out and saying like, yo, they doing this. We consider this cheating. That's when baseball come out and say, oh, okay, so enough people crying about it. All right, now we're gonna.
It's ask for forgiveness and it's asking it's ask for forgiveness and then not permission. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'm sorry I did that. I didn't know I could do that, but everybody else was doing that. Is that cool? And then of course, the minute that you get caught, you're like, yo, but like, he taught me how to do that. And you're like, yo, like,
it's just weird. I feel like they know everybody's doing what, and then when someone gets caught, it's like, oh, everybody want to act better than the person they caught, knowing damn well they're doing the same thing.
Right.
Like, oh, pass me that spider tag.
You can't tell me you're not gonna point the finger at somebody else. You know what I mean? If that's the person in the limelight and they trying to mention you too, I'm gonna be like, yo, Eddie. Like, he started it, like,
and that's how everybody got ratted out. Jose Canseco rat the whole fucking Major League Baseball.
Jose Canseco just snitching because he finished.
That's the thing. It's the there's always a fall guy when it comes to these big controversies, and it's like you punish this guy, you let him fucking look at the guys that they punished. I think Sammy, he can go fuck himself, but Mark is kind of forgiven where he's like coaching teams now. Barry's not fully forgiven yet, which I think is bullshit, but I think that might have to do with something else because he broke the record and because he's black. But, A-Rod got forgiven. I mean, he's doing fucking Sunday Night Baseball. He's literally a fucking star, banging out fucking J-Lo, back with J-Lo, not with J-Lo.
At a point in time, A-Rod was in talks to buying a baseball team.
Exactly. And, fucking, 9 years ago, guys were finding out ways to burn his jersey. People were like, I let my dog shit on it now because he's an asshole.
A-Rod is still one of the biggest faces in sports. Like, even with everything.
Not according to, what's the name? What's the kid?
Doesn't A-Rod go older
on the block?
Anthony Edwards.
Oh, yeah, Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Oh, right. Well, we discussed that. But again, baseball just real funny with this shit.
Baseball,
but Garrett Cole is the funniest. Cause when I saw that,
he was
like,
stuck.
Yo,
that was not a good line.
I'm like, Eddie, get your mans. This nigga look dumb as hell.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not a good look.
That was terrible.
And all right, so fine, fuck it. I don't care. I'll say it. Obviously, Garrett Cole fucking played for the fucking Houston Astros when they were fucking using buzzers and banging trash cans. You don't think he was fucking doing it too? Again, not trying to shit on my guy, but I'm pretty sure every good picture right now is fucking using, except for I think the only guy I'm gonna give a pass to, and he's probably using it, Jacob deGrom. That dude is fucking lights out. So far on this season, he's got 5 RBIs and he's only given up 4 runs. I mean, his ERA is underneath 4, underneath 1. It's unbelievable what he's doing. I mean, he is fucking lights out, and I don't like that the Mets are very good and the Yankees fucking suck. I just don't like it right now. I don't feel good. We're 9 games out of first, and the Mets are holding strong.
Why are you
second, 11th, third? Yankees is 4th in the division.
No, we're 9 games behind is what you have to say. Yeah, we're 4th in the division. That seems like it's easy. We're 9 games behind.
Not good. Shane Bieber just had a perfect game on me and the show and shit.
Also hurt. So the other 2 pitchers that I mentioned that went down with the dude from the Rays is Shane Bieber and Max Scherzer. So both those guys are out with arm-related injuries.
Right. This nigga had a perfect game. I didn't hit not one ball. Like
he struck you out. Yeah. He was probably using spider tag.
I don't play against the good pitchers in the show. I try to play against the whacker pitchers.
No, I got a tournament. A season going. So I just played. I had a 3-game.
I play franchise. And my franchise
against him.
I'm in 20-34 in my franchise.
No, I'm 7-13. 7-13.
Oh no, I'm talking about the year.
Oh, the year.
No, I'm still in my first
years in my shit. I got it on critical situations, so I sim, and they let you play critical situations, and here I play a full game.
That's like me with Madden and shit. Like I'm in 2030 right now or some shit.
I've gotten to the part where I've officially downloaded a roster that has all of the rookie draft class in Madden. So
really?
Oh, that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Zach Wilson. I don't even know what to say. I mean,
legend already, right?
He's a fucking legend. He's a legend. Breaking records left and right.
This nigga Eddie got
I think Elijah Moore got 29 catches in one game. Just saying.
He getting bullshit trophies because he's doing it. Got 3 touchdowns in his first game.
Eddie got Eddie get 400 passing yards, 150 rushing.
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah. I just air that ball out, baby.
I just air it out. Injuries off and shit.
Right.
No, I didn't turn the injuries off. Injuries are on.
He got the scales all the way up and shit.
No sliders. No sliders. I don't play sliders. The computer's whack.
No, the computer is really trash on Madden.
I'm not playing it on all Madden. I'm playing it on all pro like a normal person. I'm not a fucking psychopath.
I play on all Madden.
I play my franchise on all
Madden is ridiculous. I can't have a ball get tipped in the fucking on one side of the field, get punted across the other side, and then it's a cleaner. I'm not doing that.
I play my franchises on all Madden, and I suck for 3 years, and then I start grooving.
Mm-hmm.
Madden, it's so repetitive, man.
Well, you know what? We'll do it. We'll do it real quick. So Madden released a trailer. Did you guys see the trailer for Madden? So Madden released a trailer. We're not probably not allowed to put the clip up. Maybe just
I'm putting it up right here. I'm no sound. All right, cool. There's no sound.
Quick glimpse. But I'll tell you what's going on audioly. If you're not watching visual, if you want to watch the visual, please go to the YouTube, subscribe at Culture Capsule. But the trailer that was released was, you hear a barnyard, you hear some noise, and then 2 goats come out, one little baby goat and one big goat. And now the speculation is that we're going to get a little bit more information on June 17th, I believe. So that's 2 days from now. So by the time you hear this episode, you probably already know who the cover boy is. But they're talking about who could be the cover. Johnny calls Patty Mahomes the baby goat, and then you saw the goat. So, I mean, it's probably going to be Aaron Rodgers, but maybe it's Tom Brady.
Maybe it's Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes.
That's what I'm thinking is because you're showing a big goat or a bigger goat. and then a little baby goat. So maybe it's both, but that wasn't. Mahomes was on the cover last year.
Yeah, not last year, the year before.
year before.
And who was on the cover last year?
Lamar, wasn't it?
Lamar. So you're gonna put, and Brady was on the cover like 2 years before Mahomes, or a year before Mahomes.
Year before Mahomes.
He was on the cover 17.
So now you're just gonna put 17 and 18 together and just fucking throw it on 22.
I mean, they've been doing that with the games anyway, throwing them all together and putting it.
It doesn't matter in 10.
Said new, so that's their way. So, but anything else in baseball, so we can move on from baseball.
Well, I'm playing the show while we're playing on a bye, and I just hit a first pitch home run with Jeff McNeil.
I'm playing with the White Sox. They ass trash, but
yeah, I only have the Spider Tech was the big news, and obviously the Yankees suck. We fucking suck. I don't fucking care. I'm saying it. We fucking suck. We suck. We suck. We can't.
I said that.
It's really, really bad. The Mets are doing really good. Good for you, DQ. Shout out Jacob deGrom. Yeah, those 3 major injuries to those pitchers, and other than that.
All right, where y'all trying to go next? We're heading to NBA? NBA? Yes, no?
Yeah, we can do some NBA. We can do some NBA.
Let's get us some NBA. What happened, John?
I said we go to NFL.
Okay, what's going on?
Madden.
So what's going on
we can do that,
John?
One thing Kat wanted us to talk about. Well, Jalen Ramsey was trying to recruit Stephon Gilmore of the Patriots to the Rams.
Oh wow,
that's big news. Jets news. Jamison Crowder took a pay cut. Elijah Moore is still looking really, really good.
But wait, quick thing. Back to thing. So Kat's question was, if Jalen Ramsey and Stephon Gilmore are both on the same team, who would be the number 1 corner and who would be number 2?
I think Jalen's number 1. Yeah, for sure.
Jalen's number 1 because Jalen's only recruiting him because Jalen's in a situation again where he's like, yo, he does need some help on the back end, and there's the best number 2 available is Gilmore.
And Gilmore could just chill, like, you know what I mean? Like I think he can go in there with the veteran leadership, being friends with Jalen. Like, let Jalen be let Jalen be the shutdown.
I think Jalen number 1, and he's got a better body build.
What happened?
Yeah.
I think Jalen has the edge man to man. Like, he's better in the man to man situation, while Gilmore is better in like zone situations.
Yeah, and again, both great corners. Gilmore was injured last season, right?
He opted out. I believe
he did.
So opted out, Andrew.
So he should come back fresh.
But Jalen Ramsey, I think he has, whether it's his personality, whether it's his grit and talk, he has pretty much put himself as the face, like the number 1 cornerback currently in the NFL. Like, I think
I don't care how sassy he is.
Yeah, but I think that's a part of it. The sassiness and then being able to play
lockdown
and then being able to, right. But even with all the sassiness, he shows it on the field, and then he goes off and he talks his shit. So like,
the boy nice.
Yeah, the nigga's really nice. So I think like even with Gilmore being as good as he is, Jalen is kind of the clear cut number 1.
Yeah, but I feel like that'll kind of shut people away, shy people away from throwing Jalen's way. So then they'll just test fucking Gilmore, and that's a bad idea. So Gilmore will have a Pro Bowl season, and they go, oh fuck, like we can't throw Gilmore's way, let's throw back to Jalen's way. So it is a hypothetical, but like that's crazy. That's
and what's the name?
That's a dangerous secondary.
They're talking about trading. Arizona's talking about trading Chandler Jones?
For what? What do they want in return? They're looking to get a player?
I didn't see what they want in return, but he's somebody that is on the watch list to be on the move.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers might go to Denver. I think that tomorrow he gets traded.
Yeah.
That's my bold prediction. He's going to Denver.
I said he was going to.
That'd be crazy.
Do that shit, weak ass shit. But speaking of on the move, Le'Veon, y'all seen the beef?
What a
Le'Veon,
pussy! Oh, I got another one.
But I didn't know what really happened.
He's beefing with Andy Reid.
He's beefing with Andy Reid.
Hold on, what did I see today?
He said he'll never he'll retire before he goes to play with Andy. Go back to the Chief. he just pretty much upset with the lack of play and the lack of usage.
Okay, so Le'Veon Bell, I'll never play for Andy Reid again. I'll retire first. Andy Reid, according to his stats and effort, Le'Veon has retired back in 2017. Boom, fuck you, yo, you fucking bum, you fucking churlish little boy.
Andy said that?
No, it was a fake account.
Oh, I was like, yo.
Andy Smith has got to say that.
Jalen's upset. I mean, I'm sorry, Le'Veon is upset with
like,
all the pieces and the way that they move their offense and the Chiefs. Everybody seems to get the ball. Everybody gets to touch it. But when he was there, he really wasn't getting no tick. And so he feel like Andy Reid has a slight against him. And therefore, he'll never play with Andy Reid or the Chiefs and all this other bullshit. Is Le'Veon's career? Is his career done, Eddie? You was
Look,
big in the Jets.
Obviously, I was.
Should he come back to New York? Should he come back to New York?
I mean, now that Gase is gone, I mean, Salah's winning over this locker room. Reports are coming out everywhere. I mean, everyone wants to play for the Jets. At this point, we don't have enough money to get these guys. So, right now there's a conversation: is do you? Jamison Crowder did his part and took his pay cut, so now that opened up the payroll a little bit more. So, like, now do you sign Moses, the right tackle right tackle from Washington, or do you go get Richard Sherman as a 1-year deal or whatever it is, because we don't have the money there to have that like veteran leadership in the locker room? Do I want him back on the Jets? Hell fucking no. Hell no. I'm good. I think his best bet is probably to go to Tampa. Fuck it, just join the super team down there, because apparently there's super teams in football now. So go down to Tampa.
Well, he's gonna be
get yourself a ring.
Too.
Yeah, well, don't matter. He doesn't care. He's gonna get his ring, or go back fucking home, bro. Go back to Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't think anybody wants you the way you left. But take a pay cut, go back to Pittsburgh. I don't think his career is over. Is it going to be the Le'Veon Bell that we all know and used to love? No. But like,
he believes.
Can he vulture some touchdowns? Like, probably, yeah.
He still believes that he's that player, but he hasn't been given an opportunity.
He definitely did. Look, and in his defense, he definitely didn't get it with the Jets, and he definitely didn't get it with the Chiefs. There's just too many weapons over there. You know what I mean? Like, and we had Adam Gates, so Frank Gore is a big running back.
Honest, like, he needs to go somewhere, and he needs to just change his running style. Mm-hmm. Like, he needs to be sitting further back in the backfield, and he needs to hit his gaps. Like,
that's what he used to do.
That's
what he used to do.
Hit him. That's it.
Right.
And then the funny shit is what you just mentioned was Richard Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, wherever he goes, he doesn't need to play cornerback. He'll get a lot more longevity out of his career.
If he plays safety,
If he plays safety, but that's if he wants to do that.
If he doesn't, fuck him. I'm not signing him.
I'm pretty sure anyone who signs him right now is going to sign him for that veteran leadership, like little brother shit. He won't play a lot, but
bro, he's getting smoked on any route by any of these.
100%. I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he almost gets signed as a coach. He doesn't get signed as
any of these rookies or sophomores that can chop him up, or he has a lapse in like them on the line, smoking him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not even just the rookies like Dante Smith and what's his other nice
Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims.
No, I'm talking even just second year, like
Denzel Mims.
Like,
but again,
Justin Jefferson, they smoking him.
He can't play. Yeah, he can't play anybody on the line. If he wants to have a good 2 to 3 more years, move to safety, and he'll be productive at the safety position.
The only thing he's pressing nowadays is a remote and a button in the elevator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Solid joke.
But I would love to see him play safety.
Yeah.
But he's nah.
I mean, again, if he wants to have a few more years and actually be a productive part of a team, the best bet is for him to move at safety, because he play back and be support for the corner. He big as hell, so he could get easy.
With a Harvard brain, as long as he's out there, he can communicate better.
Right.
Seeing
the field, exactly. Seeing the field. Right. Yeah, that would be the perfect position for Sherman. But Sherman still think he's Sherman. Yeah, he's still Sherman.
Be like
a receiver like that.
Like a Jerellz thing.
Right.
Ain't gonna be pretty.
Still thinking he's Sherman. And again, Also in football now, we saw I got Dak get hurt last season, fucked his leg up. But I don't think that's gonna happen now.
Know why?
Why DQ?
Because he went Jordan Brand, nigga.
He's joined Jordan Brand, so he's no longer with with the three stripes that be fucking people up. So you know, my nigga D-Rose, 3 stripes, got hurt. T-Mac, 3 stripes, got hurt. You know, it's a lot of injuries.
He never got hurt.
Was B-Roy this too?
He never got hurt.
I don't know if B-Roy. I don't know what.
D-Way was Converse and Jordan Brandon lead name.
No, it's that Brandon Roy. B-Roy.
Brandon Roy.
Oh, Brandon Roy, but he was Nike.
He was Nike?
No, was he? No, he was Adidas. Oh shit.
Yeah. So Adidas have a history of their players, top level superstar players getting hurt. Jamal Murray, another. It's a lot of them. Like, so
James Harden.
Dak has jump ship.
Oh wait, time out. Wasn't Kevin Ware wearing Adidas when he
the Achilles?
Wasn't his team wearing the bone sticking out?
Yep.
Oh, Kevin Ware, college.
Yeah.
Adidas.
So again, y'all just proving the point that Adidas have a bad track record when it comes.
What was Zion wearing when his shoe blew up?
The PG 3.
PG.
He's wearing PGs. His feet too damn big for them thin ass for those thin ass PGs.
Nah, Zion definitely got the new kicks from definitely the money guy at Duke, but we won't talk about that yet. But definitely got them shoes, and like that's like one of those like, you sure they fit? And like, you know damn well they didn't fit. He was like, yeah, they fit. Yeah, these are clean. Yeah, they fit.
Yeah, they nice.
You
they
sure
nice.
Take a walk in them, and you see them like you sure they're good? Yeah, they're good.
Nigga walking pigeon toed and shit. But
that really planted and his foot came out like the shoe exploded on him.
No, that shit dead ass exploded. Like, but Dak is now with Jordan Brand. And Jordan Brand is really fucking up sports, man. Jordan Brand is everywhere. Like, I know Nike, Jordan Brand, like one in
they're one and the same. Yeah, for sure.
You see Jordan logo on a lot of jerseys in all sports.
NFL actually, it wasn't allowed to show the Jordan Brand logo. So you see like T.O.'s Jordans when he was on Eagles and the Cowboys. You have like it's a shoe, but you can't have the Jumpman logo. And so it was like
No, you see a lot of players in the NFL with the Jordan silhouette. Like you see a lot of people with like 11s made out of cleats.
13s are really popular.
13s as well. Right, in the NFL, you don't really see the Jordan logo, but you know the silhouette. So,
didn't Jordan say recently?
Republicans buy Jordans too.
If you're not Jordan Brand, he don't want no players wearing his Jordans.
Yeah, that was something. That was also old rule though.
What you mean? People playing the game.
When Brand first started. Like Jordan only wanted Jordan Brand athletes to wear his shoes.
Oh, okay.
Like Hugh Rich, Eddie Jones.
Right.
Derek Jeter.
Ray Allen.
Tiger Woods.
Where Jordan.
They have their PEs and shit.
Yeah.
But everybody wear Jordans.
Hugh Rich might have.
I think now it resurfaced though. I think he doesn't want nobody if they're not Jordan Brand. Even if you're a free agent, he doesn't want to wear.
So he just giving his opinion. He would prefer people to not wear it.
I would wear them shits to spite him, bro.
All-star pretty much.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that elite? Is that being enforced in sports? Like because you're not a Jordan,
can't enforce that.
Yeah, that's
what you gonna do. Yo, come down on the court.
Jordan can't
dunk on me, and you can take I'll take them off.
And then when Jordan dunks on you, what?
No, I'm not saying me. I'm saying one of these high-power athletes. Dunk on me with your jaundiced eyes, bro. Yo, take another sip of your bourbon, bro.
Like even Michael. Remember when Marcin Gortat had an issue with Reebok because he has the Jordan Brand logo and tattoo on his leg. It was like in what 2008 something like that because when he first like became popular a little bit. Or known as a defender, pretty much. He has a Jordan Brand tattoo on his leg, but Adidas didn't want him to show his the logo on his leg.
So he wore the sleeve.
Yeah, but he never did though, because he said the logo meant was was inspiration to him, so he wore it for good.
Okay.
He got a tattoo because it meant something to him.
Right.
Even like when Shump wasn't even like Shump when he was on the Knicks, he was an Adidas athlete. Literally, Adidas sponsor athlete had the Adidas logo cut into his haircut, and he told him to remove it. But the NBA at the time had Adidas uniforms as their main uniform provider, which that didn't make any sense.
Right.
He's the Adidas athlete. He did the uniforms are Adidas. There should be no problem with that.
Yeah. So he must be able to. That does not make any sense. So he can wear his haircut like that?
Yeah, like he's an athlete for the brand, so he's technically sponsored by brand anyway. And the NBA is sponsored by Adidas.
So again, with that, it seemed like we transitioned from the NFL.
I just want to do real quick though. One more thing I got one more for the NFL. Jamal Adams expected to miss minicamp because he's holding out for a contract extension. I just want to say thank you, Pete Carroll, and the entire seat.
I thought he was holding out for personal reasons or some shit like.
No, he's holding out because he wants to get paid. The personal reasons is that he checked his Wells Fargo bank account, he checked his Venmo, and he was like, yo, this looks pretty low. I need some more money. So I just want to thank the entire Seahawks organization and Joe Douglas for making that trade happen. I will use Elijah Vera Tucker, who's going to be a Pro Bowler. And the pick that we moved around, it was the 3rd round pick, but we moved it around and we ended up with Michael Carter. So when both of those guys don't argue about contract disputes and they play for the Jets I would say Michael Carter will probably do 4 or 5 years, maybe running backs are a little low. But when Elijah Vera Tucker plays 10 years for the New York Jets and Jamal Adams is constantly giving the Seahawks headaches, thank you.
One more athlete, John Wall was the Adidas athlete got injured too.
He was. John Wall was an Adidas athlete. But yeah, again, we talking NBA. So let's move into the NBA, man. Second round is underway. Right now, it's Tuesday, as you guys know. We air on Thursday. Currently, as we record, Brooklyn is facing Milwaukee Bucks. Now, as of now, Kyrie is out due to a ankle sprain by Giannis, not giving him space to land. Drew, to you, bro. Can the Nets pull through the series without Kyrie?
I mean, before you say something, Drew, I just want the fans to know. Just watched Blake Griffin take a 3-pointer.
Did he hit?
It went down?
No, it didn't.
Of course not.
He did a couple threes this game, though. He did a couple.
All right, Drew. Can Nets pull it through without Kyrie?
I mean, if James Harden is back. James Harden is back. So if it was just KD by himself, I would say no. But James Harden is back. We got to see what happens because right now this game is close right now. So they can keep on rolling. So James Harden and KD is there. So
John, how do you see the series going for the Nets if Kyrie doesn't pull through?
I'm not gonna lie, if the Bucks win this, the Nets is in trouble. I did say Nets in 7. That was my pick before the whole thing.
So how could it be in trouble if you said Nets in 7 though?
Because they're losing.
Before the injury.
Yeah. My pick was.
Yeah, he said that before this. Before that means he thought that the Bucks would push at 7, and if they're pushing at 7 without Kyrie, it could easily be Bucks in 6 or 7.
Yeah, but
if the Nets lose Game 5, I don't know how they go into Milwaukee and steal that game.
I can with James Harden, they can definitely can.
Yeah, James Harden right now they're losing at home.
I mean, but every game is different, John. Like,
I think they kind of forced James Harden back and shit. They like, yo,
yeah, that's
we need you. We need you back.
Because this morning he was doubtful. How the hell you get?
He really doesn't look as explosive as he can.
Yeah, KD hit that nigga up like my nigga.
You gotta play.
You gotta play, bro. Like I know we're trying to rush you. We try to get out this series without you. So,
but does that force him to? Are you bringing it back too early? You think? I mean
it's a possibility.
If they can manage to win and get through this series,
I don't know, man.
They can manage to win and get through this series, and God forbid James has got to sit out. It's better to have a Kyrie running point than be in there with KD.
And that's the problem because Kyrie, if Kyrie was there, I don't think Harden would even play this series. To be honest, They would have set him out because with his hamstring injury, it's a injury that can easily be It's very tricky, can be aggravated real fast. So
there's two things I have on this. It's like, first of all, he rolled his ankle. He'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, but no fucking way. You put James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving on the same team, and then expect them not to get injured. Not one of them.
It happens in sports.
It happens all the time. But it's like specifically more so with Kyrie than anyone really.
Honestly, it specifically is more this year because with the lack of like off season, you see these players are getting hurt multiple times during.
But what was the biggest like LeBron argument? The first series against Golden State. He ain't had no Kevin Love. He ain't had no Kyrie. It's like Kyrie's pretty consistent about not being there. Now, obviously, winning the one championship.
You do have a point there. You do have.
Yeah, so I'm saying the guy, no fucking way. Kyrie got hurt in the playoffs. No fucking way. Get out of here.
Yeah, that happened.
But
that never happened.
Yeah, kind of what Drew was saying though. Like, we kind of expected a lot of injuries this season due to the quick turnaround in the season, and so now it just happened. It's happening when people want it to happen. Like you would hope that this would be early in the season, people rehab and be fresh for the playoffs. But now it's happening. Yeah, it's a part of the game.
I'm like, when they go back to the original schedule and other players are still getting injured, what they're gonna say? What they're gonna blame it on? They've done
no.
There's so much stuff to change the rules to try to. They don't even play 4 games in 5 nights no more. Sometimes they play 1 or 2 games a week. All the games is spaced out, and they're still getting hurt.
It was not John. If it's this season is not normal. It was a quick turnaround, and you playing less, and you playing a more compact schedule. It was a quick turnaround, so you can see the difference from other years to this year. Like remember, like they got finished playing the finals, and then like when it was like 2 months, they were back playing another season.
Quick question: was the second and third best player on the Heat injured in the NBA Finals?
What do you mean? Jimmy Butler was injured in the finals.
He's the best player on the Heat. I said the second. Bam Adebayo and Brooke Lopez both was injured and out during the finals. They missed a couple of games. People get hurt. It happens.
I mean, but I'm saying.
Again, John, we know people get hurt, but when you change the spectrum of the rest time, then there's a good chance that chances of injury is increased.
Yeah.
So we expect it. Like even with, of course, everybody get injured. It's sports. You're going to get injured, but now, with this season being so different than any other season, other than last season, we expect the injury. It's just happening to the big guys where we talk about it, but it's expected.
It is. Quick thing. Kyrie gets hurt. Kyrie didn't play in the bubble. So before the season started, Kyrie didn't play since March. He didn't play basketball in the actual NBA game since March.
True.
So
but Kyrie is
He's one of the bigger names that got hurt.
No. Kyrie is a special case because just like Eddie does the finish, Kyrie is more injury prone. And James Harden was not this injury prone. Like the difference, James Harden is not injury prone. Kyrie is right at that point. Kyrie is always injured.
But also James Harden made it to the second round. They played 5 games, and he was out the bubble.
Because he quits. I mean,
he's out the bubble.
Isn't that his whole stick?
No, he had good time to rest. Yeah, more than enough time of rest.
Let's also be real. He wanted out of Houston.
Series in the bubble.
Yeah, but he also wanted out of Houston bad.
No. But I'm saying they won a playoff series in the bubble. It ain't like they lost in the second round.
I said second round, 5 games. He was out the bubble. Early August, late July. So then he had his break, and the season. When the new season started, December, January.
But it's still less time than what he would normally get.
The people that should have the most complaints about that is the Lakers.
The ones in the bubble.
But again, you look at Denver, Jamal Murray went down. You look at LA, they stars was injured throughout the course of the season.
But
So
AD's always injured. So
right. So we don't. Right. That's the thing. It's relative to AD because AD is always injured. But he because he was coming back from
AD did have the short rest. That's what I'm saying. But he had the short rest, but he's a player that always gets banged up and hurt.
Right.
So.
What I'm saying is this year is regardless of whether you went down early or not, players didn't get the same amount of preparation time that they would get, some more than others, but it still wasn't the preparation time. So although in sports you expect injuries, we expected also for that to increase due to the lack of preparation time. Now, in regards to this season,
or I understand that, or players' lack of preparation themselves. So we all know it's like a good 20% of these players that really.
That's true too.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, straight up, I don't feel bad for athletes who constantly get hurt. I just don't. I don't. Like, you look at Tom Brady, who spends like $10 million a fucking year on his body. LeBron James, who spends over $100 million on his fucking body. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these, like, if you were really like, bro, like, why? I don't feel bad for athletes. I don't. Like, you get paid millions of dollars to play a fucking game. And like, yeah, I understand you have your personal shit going on, and like, we love sports, but it's like, yo, it's your responsibility. Look, I don't need you to be a fucking role model to children. I don't need you to do any of that. What I need you to do is I need you to do your fucking job. Like, yeah, like if the team is giving you a specific amount of money and we root for you to perform well, you need to be there. Like, if you're not there, then what the fuck are you doing on the team? Like, why are you even playing the sport? You know what I mean? Like, are you even about the sport? It's like, I want my athletes to live, breathe, and fucking dream the sport that they're playing, whether it's boxing, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's I don't give a fuck what it is.
Quick thing.
And also, you have the resources.
Quick thing to your point. Some athletes is unfortunate to what happens to them, but also
injury prone.
When you're taught to the game, sometimes people are not taught taking care of your body as part of the game. You're taught
take care of your mentals and your chicken.
No, I'm saying, but some players are taught to work on your skills and everything, and that's something that gets lost. It's not something that they know. Now that you hear about certain athletes doing it, athletes coming up now will be like, nah, I gotta take care of my body. I gotta work hard, do this, that, work on these skills.
So, John, to your point though, like, not only do you have the money and the resources to get yourself better, but yeah, that's the other part of it, is that when you do finally have this injury, you get that wake-up call where you're like, oh fuck, I got to take care of myself. So your AD, your Kyrie, you have to almost be more careful.
You know what I'm saying? For like the newer generation of players, I could see it'd be better, but this current generation, it's still, they wasn't really learning about taking care of your body. They play with LeBron. You hear about the LeBrons and the other athletes that have done it. It's only a select few that have done stuff. Like Kobe was one also try to take care of his body, till the end. He had the Achilles, but other than that,
I mean, Chad Johnson eat McDonald's every day. So
yeah, word.
But other series in the NBA. Now we know Phoenix. They swept.
Hey, hold on. Before we even talk about the series, Suns in 4.
So,
dude, by the way, there was a shitload of violence this weekend, and this kicked us off.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know what?
Devin Booker, but again, here go the clip. But also, I saw on IG, Devin Booker was like, "Yo, give me this man's information. Give me this guy information and shit."
Yeah.
But I want to know who this guy is and shit. Like,
at this point, like, it might sound like we're late on it,
bro. Like, that made that.
Yeah, it might sound like we're late on it, but obviously everyone knows what we're talking about. We're talking about the 2 Nuggets fans that popped off on a Suns fan in Denver, by the way. Obviously, these guys were being assholes for sure when the fact the entire, like, the fans turned on them. So Denver fans were turning on their own.
Yeah.
These 2 guys that ended up getting washed by the Suns.
Because then they showed
a sucker punch.
No, right. He a bitch. But he turned away to look at the game. He tried to act like he walking away. Then tried to sucker punch him. He just started grabbing him.
He hockeyed him. He just pulled his jersey over him and he just started fucking welting him. And while holding on to his cane, he looks over at his boy and he goes, "Hey, Suns in 4," and continues to fucking wallop him. And guess what? He was right.
The craziest thing, there was a fan when they won the game, they panned because he had a cutout of the dude right there with his Sons in 4. They panned to that fan. It was like right on the sideline. Hold up the cardboard cutout of the dude saying Sons in 4 after they won the game. Bro, that's
yeah, and a tough break for Colorado as a state. So not only did their Denver Nuggets get swept, they also, hold on a second, 1, 2, 3. They also got swept technically again. They were up 2-0 on the series against the Golden Knights, and then lost 4 straight games to Las Vegas. So not only did their hockey team get eliminated, but also their
tough break, Colorado.
Very, very interesting hockey team. Like, they really are an expansion team that really went to the Stanley Cup Finals.
The Golden Knights? Yeah, well, that's almost like, you kind of want that to happen. And also, it's Vegas. They want that to happen.
The Las Vegas team did that shit too.
That's what we're talking about, the Vegas team.
Yeah. But also, NBA, we got the Clippers and Utah going on right now.
Well, the Suns series started too, right? Has it started yet?
No, we still
waiting.
We still.
Yeah, we're waiting on
Utah.
Yeah. So Suns is waiting to take on whoever wins between Clippers and Utah. It's 2-2. Clippers always start off bad, but now they seem to be pulling it together. The last game, Kawhi and PG both had 31, and they were fucking dunking on people and shit out there. But we do have to shout out Rudy Gobert for winning Defensive Player of the Year.
For shutting down sports.
Yeah. Third year in a row.
The true trendsetter of this whole COVID shit.
Yeah. The reason, right? The Rudy Gobert is the reason why the world is what it is today. So he got his third joining Ben Wallace, and I can't remember who else. Is one other person.
Was it Rashid?
Mutombo, yeah, Mutombo. There's only 3 players with 3 back-to-back.
No. Dwight Howard did that too.
Oh, nigga, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Does he have 3 titles, bro?
No, I'm talking about. I'm not. I don't think it was back-to-back. Is only 3 people: Ben Wallace, Mutombo, and Rudy Gobert. He has 3, but it's not all. It's not all back-to-back. Okay. Only 3 of them.
You Googles, nigga. What's wrong with you?
So the Clippers and Jazz series is currently tied 2-2. Do we see Clippers dethroning the Jazz, taking down the number 1?
That'd be really cool, man.
Come on, we're gonna be go back to back. Giannis was Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Who?
Giannis.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
he was.
So
I think he joins the class of people with 3 Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay,
so,
got it.
So then Drew's correct. Yeah, Drew talking shit. Correct. Yeah, talking
shit. But let's fact check the. So let's fact check the Dwight Howard shit, because I'm not sure if Dwight Howard is in there.
What are we fact checking? Okay, NBA Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yeah, Dwight Howard.
You guys keep going.
So, but John, do we see?
You guys keep going. I got
Clippers beating the Jazz in the series.
Jazz? Yeah. I think I could be wrong, but I think Clippers win the next 2. And they
you got real quick. You guys just want back-to-backs or back-to-back-to-back?
No, just
read.
Okay. So quick fact check. I'm not going to go that far back, but Dennis Rodman did a back-to-back 98-90 season.
Oh shit! Yeah, correct. Dwight does have 3 years in a row.
Hakeem Olajuwon has.
You're right. I knew I was.
What years?
2009, 10, and 11.
There we go. I knew I was right, yo.
Dwight was crazy back then.
Dwight had 2008 to 2011.
That's 20. Oh no, that's not.
Kawhi actually had 2014, 2015 season, 2015.
NBA has 95, 97, 98.
Gobert went back to back in 17 and 18. In 18 and 19, and then Giannis broke it up in 20, and now Gobert is back.
Okay, so he's a part of the 3 people, the 3 class.
Drew?
Yeah.
Good shit.
Ben Wallace went back to back twice. By the way,
Drew finally right for something. Good shit.
I'm always right.
Wait, what are you right about?
He said Dwight Howard went 3, did it 3 feet on.
Oh yeah, Yeah, he's not wrong.
But speaking of defense, they also released the first teams for the defense and the second team, all defense. First team was Gobert, Ben Simmons.
What happened to James Harden, yo?
Drew Holiday, Giannis, and what's the nigga from Golden State? The bum. Draymond.
Draymond. I'm a bum, bro.
Damn,
don't do that.
And then
I always say it's about to be on TNT when Draymond shits on us.
And the second team was Jimmy Buckets, Embiid, that light-skinned nigga from the from the Sixers. I don't even know his name.
Tybo.
Yeah, right. Tybo. Kawhi, and the other buddy from Miami, big guy. Bam.
Adebayo.
All second team. I don't like to talk shit, but is Kawhi still in that class of all defensive teams? Like, he don't play enough. He don't do enough to me. Like, he don't be in enough games. He don't be out there enough to be.
I know, I understand that point, but when he's playing, Kawhi's defense is crazy.
Like, I don't. Kawhi to be all defensive team is like, Kawhi, you sit too fucking much to still be in that.
But which team?
I can tell you, if he plays all those games, he'd be all defensive team one.
All I'm saying is he getting it because he's supposed to be Kawhi the clone, or is it just?
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I think he's earned the reputation and the respect, and he's.
Right.
It's almost like when Derek Jeter would always get an All-Star vote. Derek Jeter never had every season wasn't an All-Star season, but he got it because he was Derek Jeter. Like, you know what I mean? Jordan got it because he was Jordan. He could take time. I mean, obviously Jordan was still nice, but. You know,
and then Yao Ming,
guys just get it because of their names. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. His moniker is the claw. He shuts people down. But my nigga ain't did shit in 2 years. He don't play, so he like with low management. So why are we still putting him in that class of the great defense? Like, yes, we know what you could do, but you have to do it. Like,
realistically, to me, I think he's the best perimeter defender in the NBA right now.
Based on what?
I mean,
what I've seen he's capable of. Every time.
When did you see it?
When?
Because he don't play enough to say, oh yeah, consistently throughout the season, the last couple of seasons, he's been consistently a shutdown player. Like, he don't play enough.
Nah, he plays.
Like, if fucking Lou Zoik should have been in there in at least second team. That motherfucker had a great defensive year. Like the nigga from OKC. Like, he should have been mentioned in Short or whatever his name.
Dort.
Yeah, Dort had a great defensive year, and it consistently played. I think like there has to be like parameters for like these teams, not just because you're labeled as a defensive great, so we just gonna put you there because this is who you are.
They take down defensive stats also, so it's like defensive rating. Players percentages when this player is playing defense on them. That's also
so again, that's what I'm saying. So if Kawhi plays 12 games and he has a great defensive rating, of course it's going to be high compared to somebody who plays 72 games. Like,
don't go that far.
Like,
he plays 40.
I'm just saying.
Nah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You gotta do more.
It makes a lot of sense. It's like, yeah, well, duh, yeah.
We gotta, in order for us to put you in this shit, like, I'm just saying, like, Kawhi don't be playing enough to be like, I get it, the second team, but damn, bro, you gotta play more games to.
I mean,
that's the guy that shoots. He goes 3 for 3 from 3, and then never plays another game. He's like, well, he had 100% shooting for 3.
Exactly.
I mean,
can't really be. That's the all-time scorer right there. That's the scoring champ right there. That's it. 100%
Why missed 20 games this season?
Yes, I mean, like, you played 60. What?
So, he played 52. It was only 72 games.
That's a big chunk.
That's like, what's that like? A quarter of the season, like.
Yeah. And that doesn't count the games that he might have walked away from when he was, when they're up big.
Low management. He left early. Like,
that doesn't count the early games.
I mean the whole. If you're up early every 2.
So let's cut him a little bit of slack. It was 72 games, right? 72 game season this year. So he missed 20, right? And then now let's try to incorporate like the load management side of it. Let's say he missed altogether 32 games.
Right.
Bro, that's almost half the season. Like, if you think about it.
You can't average it like that, bro.
If you do, though, I mean, like, that's what you do it. Then do it per second, do it per minute, whatever it was. Like,
I mean, we can't count the
62% of the season.
A team out, they want to take away. When you blow a team out, you can't just fault the coach for wanting to take out their starters.
No, I'm not saying even, but there's been instances when they're not blowing a team out and he does rest. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, if that in that case, then okay.
Yeah.
All right, we spend too much time on it. I was just thinking out loud. Why still be mentioned? But he needs to play more for me. But
for me,
it's because you start winning this though. I still got you.
I want to get into some of the dirt in the NBA, and it's from my guy Scottie Zippin Pippen. Scottie's putting out a book.
Oh, great!
Well, I heard about
this. Is it? I was portrayed terribly in the last dance. So
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
You can't believe that.
So this is.
I didn't take that game off.
Right. So it's the Scottie Pippen tell-all. He's come out and said his issues.
Scottie Pippen. I didn't see my future.
Right. So him having issues with ESPN and Jordan Brand for portraying him as almost he said a dummy in the sense of financially, like his contract stuff, as well as
he left to take a vacation with Carmen Electra in her prime too. I mean,
that's Dennis.
Dennis.
That was Dennis.
No, Dennis good.
Yeah, Dennis didn't give a fuck. Yeah. Dennis was like, yeah, that's me.
Dennis,
Scottie, my bad.
But again, Horace Grant also came out and said something before about his portrayal in the.
I mean, people
in the doc, but Scottie has the biggest voice, of course, out of all of them because he was the Robin to Jordan. But he was saying, Jordan, it wouldn't be no Jordan without him. It would be no 6 rings without him. Then therefore there should have been more respect put on his name when it comes to the Last Dance documentary. Drew,
Scottie is stench, bro. I guarantee you in that book, he gonna tell you exactly why Jordan left.
No.
He'll be like, nah. So Jordan put me in the locker room and he said, listen, I gotta go away for a little bit. I said, what you mean you gotta go away for a little bit? I'm telling you, he's gonna be in there. It's gonna be in there.
I mean, I get what Scottie Pippen is saying. In the whole Jordan doc, like he was portrayed as the second episode was all about his contract situation, how he was being stiffed by the team. Right. He guided him to 50. He guided him to 55 wins, but in that episode I think it was episode 5 when they were talking about that season.
Yeah,
they concentrated the one instance where Scottie Pippen didn't want to enter the court because the coach was giving Tony Kukoc his shine in the game. Like that.
I mean, we talked about it when we had our episodes when we broke down every episode of The Last Dance. It's like he came from a family who, I mean, they're just bad luck. Scottie's having a bad year, man. He got his ex-wife out here 2 years ago, whatever it was. Last year, I don't know. He got his ex-wife out here wilding. His son is going to be clinically depressed, I'm assuming.
I mean, obviously,
and The Last Dance comes out and makes him come out to be like a dumb fucking sin.
I mean, what Scottie
one of the worst NBA contracts in history.
Yeah, because they definitely said that. They definitely said that. Episode 2 was all about his bad contract. That's what episode 2 was about. He didn't lie and say he was perpetuated as great because he is speaking truth. If it was not for me, that I was the second best player on the team. Honestly, if it wasn't for me, Jordan probably wouldn't have these championships. I was the second best player. Who can say that he's lying about that?
It's all I mean, it's all hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? It's like we could say a bunch of people wouldn't have won the ring if Shaq would never won if he didn't go to LA and play with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Everything is hypothetical. So
I mean, but I actually Scottie Pippen is actually proven because when he got there, the time where he had the migraine, Scottie Pippen went out fashion to Detroit Pistons. The next year where he was actually right, they beat the Detroit Pistons. So Scottie Pippen does have a track record of that being true. So just all I'm saying.
I'm just saying is when you're building a team, if you're built to play, then yes, we're like if you move or you're not playing, then yes, we are at a disadvantage because you're a part of our team, you're a part of our game scheme, you're a part of the strategy. So if, say hypothetically, Scottie wasn't there, then somebody else would have been put in a position to help the team win. Right. And then we to say, I don't know what would have happened because it's all hypothetical. I can't say you could have put Tony Kukoc in, started, and then got somebody else.
Yeah, let's call it what it is, man. Jordan would have won those championships with or without Scottie. Look, Scottie's a great player. I'm not trying to discredit. Jordan is a different breed.
You can't say that. You can't.
I think I can.
I think the biggest component is Phil. Like I think Phil, as long as Phil is there, Phil is going to put the pieces around and make things happen. Because again, what people fail to realize, Scottie wasn't a highly scouted player. He wasn't somebody that he was soft. Everybody called him soft. So like,
but
Scottie wasn't Scottie until Jordan got there. Period.
One other thing that was true though, Scottie Pippen does have this in his back pocket. He was.
Then he did well when Jordan left. Is that what you're gonna say?
No. I wasn't. I'm not even talking.
Okay.
I'm not talking about. He wasn't just the best player on the team. During the doc, they say he was the second best player in the league. He was
next
to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he was.
And again, I think that it helped that he had the GOAT player and the GOAT coach.
Right, exactly. So I'm
building
saying
that culture.
That all plays a part in who Scottie became.
Look at Draymond today. I mean, like, obviously, he doesn't shut the fuck up, and that's kind of the problem. And again, I feel like if times were different and Scottie played in this era, he'd probably exactly like Draymond talking all that shit, talking about I need to get paid more. Probably would have been the cancer of the team. But it's a different time now. Obviously back then players kind of kept their mouths shut. They kind of put their heads down or whatever.
He would have got his bag in today's NBA.
Oh yeah, for sure. Scottie would have got paid. Let's be real about it. Like Scottie would have just been like, hey, pay me. But the idea is that the culture was already set and the foundation was already set. That could have been, let's say it was Charles Barkley. You know what I mean? It could have been anybody. I'm saying Scottie could have been replaced with any piece, and they would have been the second best player in the NBA. Next to Jordan and coached by Phil.
And I'm only saying this because it's all hypothetical. Nobody saw Scottie to be what he became under Phil Jackson and the leadership of Michael Jordan. So I'm just saying, in a hypothetical sense, if you take a fresh pup, you have a great coach like Phil and a great leader like Mike, then potentially you can create a player. Not saying that you create Scottie Pippen, but you create a player that's less than Scottie, that's still enough of a culture to win championships. So I'm not, again, and it's no slight to Scottie. All this is hypothetical because everything is hypothetical when it comes to, well, if this person didn't do this, and if. It's all hypothetical.
But then again, you can't just knock a person where he said he's speaking his like truths and like the doc we portrayed. Like everything that they said about Scottie wasn't flattering at all. Like did they run through like Scottie?
But was it the truth?
Was
it the truth?
The stuff that they used was the truth.
Okay.
But they focus on the bad things about Scottie Pippen. You can't.
Hey, what was positive about that though? Like, what was positive about the fact that he negotiated his contract?
The fact that he was the second best player in the league.
Yeah, but he signed that contract. You signed that contract. Like you signed. Like he took his pen.
So you're gonna focus a whole second episode on Scottie signing a bad contract.
Come on, we can't do that. Rodman got his episode. Scottie got his episode. He's
exactly.
Mad. He didn't get his narrative.
Sign his bad contract.
That's basically.
Don't sign the contract.
And that's basically what it's about.
Don't sign it, and then don't be the second best player in the NBA.
Tony got an episode. He didn't really like the narrative. Horace Grant got an episode. He didn't really like the narrative. Kerr got an episode. Kerr didn't really care. Rodman didn't care.
He didn't care about nothing. He was out in North Korea chilling.
And the people, but again, the people that had an issue with the episode is because it's the image that they were soft, and then they got into bulls, and then they became these bulldogs.
The stuff that Sky said, it was all built up. Michael Jordan is this great guy, is great basketball player.
No one said he was a great guy.
Nobody said he's a great guy.
No one said he was a great guy. I think he's the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen.
This is what I'm trying to say. The whole thing was mainly focused on Michael Jordan being the greatest basketball player ever, and then we was just along for the ride. That's what. Just what Sky did.
What it was like, but
I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's not.
That's what they did to the Bulls. The Last Dance is about was mainly. It's supposed to be about the whole combination of our last championship. It's not just it's one piece of Michael Jordan.
No. The Last Dance was Michael Jordan's sanctioned documentary that Michael Jordan had final say on every.
It was like Michael Jordan, the lead singer of the rock band, and everybody else was there with the lead singer playing the instruments. You're doing your part, but you can't be the lead singer.
And then you had cool guys. Hear me out. You had cool guys like Steve Kerr and Dennis Rodman. They were like, and they made jokes and it was funny. And even in the moment, they were like, this is like Dennis saying, I got to dip, I got to go to the strip club, whatever, I need a break. Yeah, you had Steve saying, Mike asked me to bail him out, so I did what I always do, I bailed him out. And then you had two pussies and Hoist and fucking Scotty. And I honestly, bruh, get over it. Just take this 6 rings and shut the fuck up. Worry about your ex-wife.
I wish he didn't do an Othello book. I wish he did his own documentary if I could watch it. I don't feel like reading, but I just want to how much he changed. Because the way I'm thinking how he's going to write the story, he's just going to say the same shit that was said in the Last Dance. He's just going to change the narrative on him. Everything else is word for word the same shit. The narrative on him is where it's going to be the change. Oh, no. I was this and that. Everything else. To me, I'll look at that as the Last Dance was telling the truth. If you do the same shit word for word, and then you're only changing your part to make yourself look better, I'm gonna take the Last Dance for what it was.
I mean, if you're talking about Scottie Pippen, he can't take the first and second. He can't take the first episode where it was talking about Michael Jordan's childhood and shit.
I think that Scotty should have Mikal Beasley do the audio version of his book.
All right,
all I'm saying is you can't cape for Scotty.
Look, Scotty is a GOAT. We know this, but Scotty, look, bro, you got bigger fish to fry than this fucking Last Dance. Go fix your house, bro.
Stop.
Moving on. Anything else in the open run? Of course, in the NBA, we got the Hawks Sixers going on. That series is tied 2-2.
If Joel Embiid is not right, the Hawks is gonna win this, bro.
So you got the Hawks winning. We gonna see what happened with that. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. So moving on. Anything else?
I got one more thing in the open run. The Euros started today. Started a couple days ago. Started over the weekend. I believe it was Saturday. Also, real quick, there was TikTokers versus fucking YouTubers. One TikTok kid got knocked the fuck out. That shit was hilarious.
Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom. Literally just he ragdolled Aaron Carter. That was hilarious. There was a shitload of violence this fucking weekend. Yeah. That's between the Hawks and four, the TikTok versus YouTubers, the UFC fights, and Aaron Carter, Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom technically got a TKO, but it was bad. I mean, he was like tossing him around. I saw the clips. It was pretty funny. Aaron Carter's clearly a drug addict, and so is Lamar Odom. So
Lamar's shorts was falling and shit.
Yeah.
His shorts was under his ass and shit.
Like the whole
pretty
fight
bad.
And shit. Aaron Carter's like.
It really looked like a fight club.
Yeah.
No,
it looked like those. Remember those crackhead DVDs?
Oh yeah, the fights.
Yeah, it looked
the
like
bump
that.
fights. That's what it looked like, a bum fight DVD and shit. Like, that's what that shit looked like, because it was bad.
And then on the UFC side of it, shouts to Izzy Stylebender retaining his title. I mean, he was playing games. I mean, the dude at one point, he tried to shoot at his legs, and Izzy was like, Izzy straight up like put both his hands in his ass cheeks and separated them, and like, bro, he's like, I mean, Izzy's notorious for humping dudes after he fucking beats them.
I know the guy was at one point. The guy was punching his leg, and Izzy was like, "Oh,
he was having a lot of fun." There was a moment there where he kept trying to take Izzy to the ground. Izzy kept popping out of it. He stood no chance. But I really want to give a shout out to Brandon Moreno, the Mexican who won first Mexican to win. He won by submission. Obviously, he fought Figueiredo. I don't know how to say it. It's Brazilian.
No, I used to date a lot of Mexican girls growing up. Like, that's all.
Great fight.
John, you see him look down the hallway?
Nah, you see him just
quick glance.
Gotta watch out for the punches. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep the guard up.
Well, right, like OSA, so celebrity fight, but
you gotta end up looking like Nate Diaz, who he fought Leon Edwards, and honestly, almost beat him, almost knocked him out. There was a moment, I don't know if you can find the clip, add the clip, where Nate connects.
Yeah.
And when Nate connected, he also pointed out. So he was almost kind of like how he was, I think he was like showboating a little bit. But I feel like if Nate just would have kind of went after him, I think Nate would have won that fight.
Nate's skin is super thin. That thing bleeds so easily.
Full of scar tissue. And apparently he said that he stopped it before.
He be bleeding like no other. Like, every fight, that motherfucker be bloody. Like, every fight.
I fucking love Nate Diaz. I've loved him he's just a meathead. He's a guy who loves to fucking fight. He doesn't care about anything. Literally can't promote himself. Can't really speak to people as it is. I mean, I'm sorry, he can promote himself. Just can't have a casual conversation.
But you see us before the fight, he was on Sports Center talking about the fight. It was the most awkward thing, because like the sportscaster is trying to ask him questions, and he's just looking off. He just like, yo, I'm looking for him.
That's all he wants to do is fight. All he wants to do is fight people. So I think he fights one of the Paul brothers next. I mean, he is perfect for it. Honestly, I feel like if UFC went 7 rounds, 8 rounds, Nate would have won that fucking fight. But Leon Edwards wins that game. The only other thing I did want to mention before we move on is the Euro started that weekend as well. And there was a matchup between Finland and hang on one second. It was Finland. I just want to know who the other team was, because obviously I know the team. Finland and Denmark. Okay. So one of the Danish players, one of the best players on the team, actually right before halftime dropped to the ground, and everyone thought, obviously you watch soccer and you see guys flop and stuff, and like, no, this dude literally dropped and went into cardiac arrest. I don't know if, I'm surprised you guys haven't seen this or even heard about this. So he actually died on the field. And obviously, yeah. And the Danish captain walked right over, kind of like moved his mouth so he wouldn't like choke on his own tongue or whatever. Kind of like moved him around, had his team form a wall over him while the paramedics came on scene real quick right away. Obviously,
that shit was crazy. I've seen that shit.
They literally brought him back to life, and I think ESPN and I think FS1 or Fox Sports or whatever, they're getting a lot of Disney. They're getting a lot of hate because they kept showing him and they kept showing his wife, and his wife obviously panicked. She has no idea what's going on. So what ends up happening is they bring him back to life. He's fine. He's alive. They cart him off the field. He gives a thumbs up, lets everybody know he's okay. It's kind of tough to kind of keep playing the game. So he goes over to the hospital. Both teams go into the locker rooms. I think it was an hour and a half delay.
Oh, Brooklyn about to get this game.
Yeah. There was about an hour and a half delay. Unfortunately, Denmark went back out there and ended up losing that game 1-0. Finland gets the win. But I want to give shouts to the captain.
who was a hero.
dope,
I mean, some people freeze, some people,
panic.
This guy literally, I mean, took his captainship like to the next level, and did everything he could, consoled his wife. And then shout out to the player. I can't get his name right now. Give me 1 second. He, after, again, like while he's in the hospital,
hey, they're shooting outside of my house.
He actually told the rest of the team, hey guys, like, go out there and fucking win for me. So shout out to him. I mean, he did not. Christian Eriksen was his name. Christian Eriksen was the player. So hopefully speedy recovery. Finland, I don't think ranks really well in the Euros. They're not going to be like, they're not Germany, they're not Portugal, they're not Spain. But hopefully they get a good run, and they do it for Eriksen. So that was a crazy event that happened. But yeah,
everybody should be CPR and AED certified.
And that's the crazy part. It's that like these guys that are like on the field, like these like medics that are always on the field at every game. It's like, they're all fucking trained to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, duh. They just never have to fucking resuscitate somebody. It's usually like, especially with soccer, it's usually a guy milking a fucking ankle injury because he wants to get the penalty or whatever it is to get an advantage for his team. When it's LeBron, it's just to get cameras on him, and so people talk about
speaking of LeBron, because we mentioned it in NBA, LeBron and possibly AD will be joining Kobe and having 2 numbers in LA.
He went back to 6.
LeBron going back to 6.
Because he's not in the playoffs and nobody's talking about him, so he needs to get that ESPN update somehow.
Well, the first season, but they couldn't do it because Nike had a problem. They couldn't print his jerseys out.
They printed out the jerseys, and then AD supposed to be going to 23, right? And moving to 23.
No, I
AD's going to 23 and LeBron's going to 6. I don't know if AD's going to change his number. AD's officially changed his number to 23.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure about LeBron. I'm not sure about AD.
But I don't see how you do that. Like, at that point, it's like, why wear 23? You wore 3.
Because
he can't win with 23 in LA, so he has to change it to 6.
No, shut up, Ed. It was because he was wearing.
Oh, he won with 23. I'm lying.
He was wearing because AD wants to change to 23 because that's where he's been wearing his whole career. He just changed the 3 to be in the Lakers, bro. That he was wearing 23 throughout his whole career before. Before he ended up there.
Are you sure it's LeBron not trying to get in the public eye now that he's not in the playoffs?
He's wearing number 6 in Space Jam.
There it is. That's even more of a reason. So, right, man, I fucking hate him, bro. He is so corny.
Tiffany Evans is going to be playing FloJo. Florence Jones. Y'all know who Tiffany Evans is, the actress, the comedian.
Got it.
Tiffany. I'm sorry, Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish. I was like, who are you talking about?
No,
Tiffany Evans.
Tiffany Evans is a singer. I'm R&B singer. I'm thinking about, but Tiffany Haddish, actress, comedian.
That's cool.
She's gonna be doing a biopic for FloJo.
That's dope.
So. She's been getting a lot of flack about that because people say her stance is not right. So if they're gonna do FloJo, they've been working on this for 3 years apparently.
What you mean? That's not right.
Like runners been saying like she don't have the proper technique to make it believable. Like, but again, to make it believable.
Tiffany, I feel like she did something where she ran in. I feel like it was like a movie where she ran. She's a track star, isn't she? Like former high school?
I don't know about that. She's a comedian. That's all I know.
No, I know that, but I feel like I've seen her in something where she.
I think Tiffany used to run track.
I feel like she used to.
But a lot of
she's gonna have to obviously get in some crazy shape though.
They've been saying that she doesn't. They need to get her proper training because if they're gonna do FloJo, who's like a GOAT, she needs to portray it right. And as like there's been like snippets that then snuck out, and they saying like her
body type ain't right.
Right, her body type and technique ain't right.
You know why? It's because she got the
yams, bro.
Yeah. So congratulations to Tiffany Haddish, man. I want to see it. FloJo is a fucking sheer goat. So I like to see that. See more, more black biopics, especially with women. You don't really see a lot of biopics for the great female athletes, especially
like
black.
Angelina Jolie to play black women. It's fucking
right,
stupid.
exactly. Right. So you see some whitewash shit. So I think it's dope. I'm for it. And
Kate Beckinsale is FloJo.
And Bronny made the Sports Illustrated for his E team.
And he lost.
They lost. His team had lost.
And Drake consoled him, so that was cool.
Nah,
Drake. Yeah, Brooklyn won this fucking game.
Well, that's his basketball team, but he has an e-gaming team.
What can't this kid do?
So him, Baby Russ, Kyler Murray, they have a team that's supposed to be kicking ass in all these tournaments and shit. I forgot the name of them, but they covered Sports Illustrated this past week and shit. So congratulations to those.
It looks like Kyler Murray got a lot of free time on his hands.
Yeah, he a young nigga playing games. Play video games.
Yeah, should be getting ready for the season. Just saying, mini camp start.
Let Kyler Murray cook on his e-gaming.
All right, but is there anything else in Open Run, guys?
I am done.
Okay, that's it for Open Run.
Let me scroll through my notes real quick.
Go ahead, John. Scroll through them notes because we bringing a new segment. We got a new segment.
Now, pretty much covered. It's like two things on my notes that I should have brought up, but we passed that topic, so we can continue.
All right, we moving on. The new segment is called Grind My Gears. And in this,
shout out Peter Griffin.
Shout out Peter Griffin. So on this segment, you discuss a particular topic that grinds your gears in sports. Don't spend too much time on it.
48 minutes.
But what's grinding your gears today in sports? Kev, kick us off. What's grinding your gears in professional sports today?
Honestly, this whole controversy and back and forth, is he going to stay on the team? Is he going to be on a different team? Is he going to play one more year on his contract and then go to a different team? Is he going to sit out the season this year and fuck them over? Like, this whole Aaron Rodgers shit is annoying, bro. It's just so annoying, bro. Like,
he's going to be the host of Jeopardy. That's
right. Like,
that's
bro,
the end game.
It's time for something definitive to happen, so everybody
we can get over it. Right?
He can learn a new playbook or not learn a new playbook. Like,
he totally can.
He can, and this shouldn't. I'm over it. That's what's grinding my gears.
All right, DQ. What's grinding your gears in sports this week?
Grinding my gears currently is ticket pricing for NBA basketball games.
Scalpers?
No, just in general, how prices vary based on what team they play.
Well, yeah, duh.
Like, if for some reason the Knicks tickets are always fucking expensive, even when these motherfuckers lose every fucking game.
Yeah, it's because LeBron's in town, or Steph is in town, or Dame is in town.
Even if the Nets had like a shitty season, they still will drop their ticket prices significantly. The Knicks seem to never do that.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's James Dolan, bro. It's Madison Square Garden. That's all that is.
All right, Drew. Since you jumped out there, what's grinding your gears in sports?
Today, I honestly, it was all. I have all past shit. I didn't. I know if you were.
That short and sweet, nigga.
I don't know if you was talking currently today. I have like really all past shit. Like,
so say something.
The fucking like I hate when people like talk about like how Michael Jordan got his championship on his own. Like that was one of my shit, but that's past shit. So y'all talking about all current shit. I got to regroup for tomorrow. I got to regroup for next pod.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he said regroup for tomorrow. I'm like, shit, we ain't shooting tomorrow.
Yeah, we're recording tomorrow, I guess.
All right.
Yes, sir. Whatever you need, Drew. Whatever you want us to do, man. We got you.
Got you. John, what's grinding your gears in sports?
In sports, what is I'm not gonna lie, the whole baseball and the cheating shit.
Yeah, it's really fucking me up. Yeah.
Like, There's always something new. Every other year.
Every season. Yep.
So it's
like for me, my shit is like I literally work with a Minnesota Vikings fan every day. So every day he's like, yo, Cav, you seen what happened with A-Rod? Like, yo, you seen the new article? You seen what Stephen A said? I'm like, yo.
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
up. Shut up.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, John, you had anything else to add before you were rudely interrupted by Kev?
Oh, no, that's fine. Baseball is the whole talk of cheating. There's always something. Baseball is the one sport, like I said, we talked about it previously, is like, obviously, every year, players is looking for another way to do something. But then when they get caught, it's like, oh my God, that's the worst shit that could ever happen. 95% of the whole league is doing the same shit. It's just 5 to 10% got caught of the 95 that's doing it. And then they look at them like with shame and shit. Like, and then they carry on like they innocent, but everybody else is doing the same shit.
Right. And again, baseball, the powers that be knowing shit going on, but they don't say shit until enough people complain. So all that shit is weak as hell. But Ed, what's grinding your gears in sports?
New York Little Brothers. Goddamn fucking Mets are fucking killing it. The Nets are pretending that they have fans. They don't fucking have real fans. Ain't no real fans. Let's be real. I mean, New York is a period.
The
Little Brothers, the Islanders right now.
Right.
Obviously, so my vote prediction for last football. Yeah, hold on. I'm getting there. Let me. Don't fucking hey. Let me come on, bro.
I'll let you cook.
No, I don't know why you always do this, man.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, the Islanders. My bold prediction is now kaput. I thought that they were going to go 2-0 in the series. Now the series is tied 1-1, but not bad. I mean, they won. They beat the Bruins and 1-1. But the Islanders are making a run. The only thing that'll make this go nice and smooth and nice and easy is if Drew, the Jets actually do this, and the Jets score.
Right.
Exactly. Other than that, the other three are bothering me, but this one not.
That's the only little brother you root for.
Yeah, it's the only little brother I root for.
Okay, what's grinding my gears? He's on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Drew gets on my fucking nerves at times.
You get on my nerves.
At times?
At times, and I don't know why I engage him, but a lot of times Drew be getting on my fucking nerves. And I'll tell y'all why he recently got on my nerves, right? And he know what I'm about to say. So on
I know exactly what we're talking about.
Facebook, I write, Sons out here slaying giants, right?
Oh, you
yeah, let's bring this up. I was hoping we were gonna bring this up.
So I say, Sons out here slaying giants. He comments.
You might have to mute him before he starts going nuts.
Yeah, so let me go, Drew. So he comments, people got to stop acting like the Suns wasn't the second seed. So I go on and say, like, but you got to look at the octave of the league. Like, Lakers had a bad season. Clippers do what they do. All these different reasons. Yes, we expect the Suns to be better with CP3 because he's known to make a team better. But at the scale of what they're doing, everyone is like, yo, the Suns is really fucking real for a team with no experience, no playoff experience. All these young guys to be playing so well, it's blowing people's mind that it's like, yo, this shit is really happening. And they have, based on what they're building, the potential to really compete for a championship. Drew goes, only you thought that. So I'm like, Drew, you don't pay attention. Like, do you not have friends on social media? Like, do you know how to
that's his point.
Like, do you not what is called
socialize?
Right,
or read the room.
Read the room. Like, if you just go on social media and you hashtag Suns, you will see everybody going crazy because although we expected the Suns to have a better season, but at the scale of what they're doing right now, it's like it's crazy. They beat the Lakers, the champions, and then they swept the Western Conference competitives. So like they beat Lakers, then they beat Denver. Swept the MVP. So it's like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But that's only to me. But to Drew, it's like, It's all been written.
Real quick before Drew rebuttals. No, I'm gonna let you cook. But I'm just saying, never take gambling advice from Drew, because all he does is open up the standings and go, "Who do you think is going to be in the Western Conference Final?" He's like, "Well, the Jazz and the Suns. Obviously, they're the one of the two."
I'll let y'all.
Go. I'm done.
Okay. Heat were going to the finals this year.
Oh my God. Let me cook, nigga. Let me cook.
Go ahead.
He said I didn't cook.
The nigga said the Heat were going to the finals this year.
Oh my God. Why you shut up?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Drew.
All right.
The nigga said the Heat.
Go, Drew. Go, Drew. Drew, go ahead.
Yo, first thing. In the bubble.
The nigga said the Heat were going.
No.
I did it too.
I hate y'all niggas for real. Yeah.
Nah, go ahead.
All right. The first thing, they got 8 straight wins in the bubble, right? You add a great leader in Chris Paul the next season, so of course you're going to get better. They were projected to do better from winning those 8 games straight in the bubble.
Right.
So you got that building block. You get great leader in Chris Paul.
Right.
The thing about the Lakers, AD was injured, bro. Like you can see the Lakers, you can see Phoenix beating LeBron James that was alien. He had a high ankle sprain right before the playoffs happened. So, and AD gets injured. So it's not far-fetched that they can beat the Lakers. And also about Denver, all right, Denver could have played better, but just like I said, they were the second best team in the West for a reason, bro. The Denver was not going to beat them. They got a lower seed than them. So Denver was not even they passed Denver. I mean, and you think, bro, you say social media, you're talking about a section of the population that believes what you're thinking. You're not.
There's a lot of people that think that, nigga. Not a small section.
Yo.
No, let him go. DQ, let y'all talk.
And you got people that I'm thinking, though.
No, I'm saying, Drew. Drew, I'm saying
going to be better.
No, Drew. What I'm saying, hold on. No, DQ, chill. What I was saying was, as a whole collective, like coming into the season. First off, we'll just start with the playoffs. Even with an injured LeBron, even with an injured AD, nobody had the Suns beating them, regardless. So Drew, Drew, just listen. I'm not arguing with you that they wasn't able to be beat. I'm just saying that even with LeBron being out there, nobody has LeBron losing if LeBron's out there. Regardless of how great your team is.
Before the series even started, everybody was saying that
the Lakers was the real second seed. Like they were saying, like
LeBron is his 18th season.
Yeah, Drew, I got a quick question for you.
Yes.
What is the point that you're trying to make?
No, I'm saying Dev is saying that the Suns is not meant to be here. That's what basically Dev is saying.
No. He did, Drew. What he's saying, I'll simplify it for you. What he's saying is that you said that we're out here thinking that the Suns weren't the 2 seed.
Yes, they were, because they were.
But they are the 2 seed, correct? What we're saying is that the media, everyone in the world, except for a select few amount of people. And those select few amount of people live in Phoenix, or root for Devin Booker, myself included. Only these people thought that the Suns would beat the Lakers. Everyone was packing the Suns before the series even started.
How do you know that, though?
No, it's just because that's what everybody was saying.
The addition of Chris Paul, nobody had the Suns going to the Western Conference.
But John, this is what I'm trying to say. You look at the whole entire season. We do our boom and bust. I think everybody had them as a boom because of the strength of CP3. But again, we don't look at them as being a boom in the sense of being the second or the first best of the team. We look at it as a boom like
making the playoffs.
Look, right. They had a great bubble. They showed potential. They asked CP3. They can make the playoffs and potentially win a first round series. Not that they're gonna be competing for the first two in the West and be competing and beating against the greats like LeBron, beating the MVP and stuff. Nobody, you can say that now, but if you went into the beginning of the season, we saw nobody saw that, but that's why I'm saying they were slaying giants, because if you take the season, listen, stop listening to respond.
Hey, real quick, what's the name of the segment again? What's the name of the segment?
Grind my gears, because it's
and what was your grinding of your gears?
Because Drew just be talking.
No, I don't, because
you're not again. No, Drew, you ain't. I was talking. I didn't even say nothing when you talk. I just let you talk.
What I don't understand is why you in control and don't just mute this nigga.
No, because I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the conversation. All I'm saying is, you look at the season as a whole. Drew,
what he talking
nobody saw.
Keep your damn head down.
Nobody saw.
Bald ass nigga.
Nobody saw. Nobody saw the Suns. The Suns. Nobody, Drew. Nobody saw. Even you. And I'm saying this. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about the world of sports. Like Eddie said, if you ain't a Devin Booker fan, or you ain't live in Phoenix or in that surrounding West area, Northwest area, nobody saw the Suns really doing and just having Payton play the way he played. Aiden playing the way he played.
Stop picking your nose, Drew.
Playing the way he playing. Like, nobody saw a team, this team really coming together to be this at the beginning of the season. When you got the powers of LeBron and the Lakers, Denver and Joker, Clippers and Kawhi, all them there, nobody has Suns being those guys.
At the beginning of the season, you
can't. So that's so when I say they are slaying giants, because you got to look at the whole perspective of what they were able to accomplish in the regular season, and them taking that and really competing in the playoffs. That's why I'm saying they slaying giants, because you look at the two teams that they beat, we're competing for the Western Conference Finals. Why don't this make sense?
All right.
Drew, I'll simplify this real quick. Did you, at the beginning of this season, think that the Phoenix Suns would be in the Western Conference Final?
Yo.
Did you think that?
Just
answer. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no.
Hey, please, can I just talk?
No, I'm just saying it's a yes or no. So say yes or no.
Oh my God!
He had a repeat. He had a repeat. He's Lakers.
I'm trying to say one thing, bro.
Yes or no?
Go ahead, Drew. You got it.
Nobody in the beginning of the season, nobody can predict injuries, but when the playoffs happen, the playoffs is going, we know LeBron James is hampered with ankle injury.
You're not answering the question. I asked you one question. I just want you to answer the question.
Oh my God!
DQ, let him talk.
Just answer the question, though.
Yeah, let him. He just asked you a yes or no question, Drew. Though
I asked you a yes or no, and you're talking about LeBron. I don't want to talk about LeBron.
No. I answered your question. No.
You didn't answer my question.
He said no. He said no.
I said no to you.
Okay. There it is. That's it.
All right. So we moving on. That's it. Grind my gears.
That's it. So mad. We made him leave. He's so mad.
Grind my gears. Drew. He didn't break. He just hurt the damn. I hope he didn't break your laptop.
Can I take a guess at Drew's grind my gears next week? Drew didn't have a grind my gears this week. His grind my gears is the OSA podcast. Period.
Yo, it ain't that deep, Drew. It's not that deep. I hope you didn't break your laptop.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, he had the Heat and the Lakers repeating the finals.
Yeah, he did.
Bouncing the first round. The Suns exceeded expectations.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And I think I can kind of like explain what's going on in Drew's head. What's going on in Drew's head is that he opened up the standings when the playoffs started. The Suns are the 2 seed. Okay, understood. He's already pre-making excuses for LeBron. So he goes, well, LeBron's hurt. AD's kind of hurt. Jamal Murray's out. So it's like, of course, the Suns are the favorite because they're healthy.
No,
that's the point you were trying to make, right?
No, not at all.
And even you look at the betting and shit. Suns was never the favorites, even with an injured LeBron, even with an injured AD, they was never the favorites.
So LeBron.
As long as LeBron out there, nobody's a favorite. Nobody's a favorite over LeBron. Unless you got Steph Curry and Clay. Unless you got Steph and Clay out there, them the only niggas that could be possibly favorite.
LeBron on the 18th season.
Chris Paul's on the 17th season.
Let him get this out. Let him get this out. Let him get it out. Let him get it out. So, and then we can move on because I'm done.
So old LeBron on his 18th season, 17th year. LeBron, what, 16 seasons, 17 years old? However, how much years in the league, fuck. And you have an injured AD. We know that AD makes that team go, bro. Like, we know this. LeBron is fucking old in his age right now. There hasn't been a Lakers season where this nigga has not been injured, bro.
Okay.
Go through all the Lakers seasons. He's been injured, bro.
Okay.
When AD came on the team, he's the number one player that they go through, bro. So with him being injured, who else the Suns can't beat them? That's when you're trying to tell me the Suns can't beat an injured LeBron. The Lakers is supposed to fucking laugh because y'all niggas is not hearing me.
No, we are.
No, y'all not. Bro.
It just sounds like you're making excuses. Drew. The point is that no one expected the Phoenix Suns to be in the Western Conference Final. It doesn't matter if it was the beginning of the season.
The Suns did amazing in the bubble, right? This season, they had expectations to be significantly better. No one expected these niggas to be in the Western Conference.
Exactly.
Finals.
That's it. That's
all we're saying.
All he's saying.
Bro.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Drew, the funny thing is that what you're doing, what you're doing, and what I don't think you realize that you're doing is that you're showing full bias on your love for LeBron James. And I'm not trying to shit on you. No. Hear me out, because your whole rebuttal was owing against the Lakers series. Let's not forget that they also knocked out the Denver Nuggets.
Yes, okay.
But I don't hear you out here talking about Jamal Murray's injury. But I don't hear you talking about Jamal Murray's injury. All you're talking about is LeBron and AD. You're not. Drew, what you're doing, Drew, what you're doing is you're showing you your bias.
On Denver, I'm gonna give you a point on Denver. Sweeping the Denver Nuggets is totally okay. We probably don't foresee them doing that. You probably that's
so Drew. I'm gonna ask one more thing and then we can finally move on because seriously this is taking way too long and it's pretty late. So Drew, do you think that the Phoenix Suns are out here slaying giants? Yes or no?
No, they're not. They're doing
okay.
All
right.
Okay.
All right. That was grinding my gears. New segment.
I know what mine is next week.
That's my shit. Y'all grind my fucking.
Yeah, I gave you that one already. You heard me say that. Oh, yeah, I said that already. Don't worry about it.
All right, so
the Nets came back to win. That's crazy.
Yeah, they did. Next up, we got OSA questions. Did y'all get any questions?
49, 17 and 10.
So OSA questions. Did y'all get any questions?
I did not.
I got a few off the OSA. John,
I forgot to repost the questions that you usually post, and I forgot to repost again.
So I'll ask the dumb questions that I got. One of these guys, I think is one of your homies, John, because I see him reposting one of your little brother's shit. It's Pyrock Don P Class A.
Oh yeah,
01.
That's my boy Pat.
Pat.
Okay. So he said his question was, will the Nuggets get swept? Yes, it has.
Yeah. That's all right, dude.
All right. Next question was from Eddie's dumbass brother, E for Elijah. He said, which NBA players you think could beat Joey Chestnut in a hot dog eating contest?
Ooh.
Hey.
Yo.
Ooh.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Good ass question, Elijah. Good ass question. No. That question's fire. Who can beat him?
Yeah, who can beat him?
Who could suck that many glizzies? That's the problem. Hey, we got a Michael Sam in the NBA. What's his name? No. What's his name? He used to play for the Nets.
The brother. He got a twin brother.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Collins brother.
Jason Collins.
Yeah.
Jason Collins. There you go. That's my pick.
No, I'm gonna say somebody who's not in the NBA. I'm gonna say Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley probably give him a run for his money. Eat some hot dogs. Charles Barkley, fat nigga. He like he eat a lot. Taking the glizzy shit away, because in Chicago, glizzy means a totally different thing. But beating Joey Chestnut, Charles Barkley. Oh, I'll take him. I can beat him in a hot dog eating time. But yeah, I got Sir Charles to beat Joey Chestnut. Okay, what else we got? My cousin in Chicago, actually in Minnesota, Coach Chris, he said, which remaining coach needs to be fired at the end of the season? So regular season or playoff season, what coach that hasn't been fired do y'all see or should be fired from their team? Whether it's a team that didn't make a playoffs, whether it's a team that's currently in the playoffs, do y'all see any coaches that should be on the move come to offseason?
It's not going to happen, but I think Dallas needs a new coach.
Got you.
I think Rick Carlisle is solid, but I just feel like it's one of those things that he's just been there too long, and I don't know.
His time, right? And I think his style probably have proceeded.
He's a little older, so
right.
He probably comes from a different style of coaching.
And again, to piggyback on that, on you, John, I'll say Coach Pop. Like, not saying Pop is a bad coach. Pop is a great, but I'm just saying
he's getting up there.
It's time. It's time for him to pass the torch and allow something new to come in.
I think he got his plan. I think he has that all in the works, though.
Who's the coach of the Blazers? I think that guy might be.
He already out. He already out. Yeah, he out. So. Yeah,
I think the coach of the Wizards need to go.
Didn't the coach? How long he been there?
Nah, Scott Brooks is still there.
Okay.
Scott Brooks been there 2-3 years now? Probably longer than that, actually.
Probably
he went there before KD moved, so he's been there since before KD left OKC.
So that's long. He's been there for at least that's 5-some years.
No, it's been 5 years. He left when.
I know that the Raptors winning the championship was kind of a fluke, but Nick Nurse got to bounce because they're going to just keep going down here for that one season.
Right.
They had a superstar player. They don't got a superstar no more. That changes a lot. I can't really put down the coach.
Siakam Pascal
he's a good player, but he's not a superstar.
He was though. Pascal was that nigga.
No, but listen, he's an all-star, but he's not a superstar.
Pascal Siakam.
He's an African nigga that can shoot a three-pointer a little bit.
No, I know. He said Siakam Pascal, and then he said Pascal Siakam, and then he said Pascal Siakam is my nigga. And then I asked him who, and then he said Pascal Siakam. I just wanted to see how many times I could say it. Have him say it.
So get him to say it 3 times fast. But that was from Coach Chris, my big cousin in Minnesota. Another question we got from the Debatable with Jeff and Tone podcast. They
shout out them.
Shout out to them. They are a Chicago-based podcast, but they said, who should the Bulls target in free agency? I just want them to keep Zach. Don't let Zach go.
Zach definitely good for the Bulls.
Yeah, keep
pieces around him though.
Yeah, right, exactly. Keep Zach. Maybe they got too much on this big ass white boy marketing. I could get rid of his ass, and I would say Pascal would be that would be a good spot for Pascal to join with
that would be perfect.
Pascal Siakam free agent though?
That would be dope.
Either him. I'll say no.
I'm looking at the free agents now.
No, he's not. Or at least get
Depot be good.
Depot, or even get Drummond, put Drummond in Chicago.
Depot might not play next year.
There's a lot of free agents next year.
Even just adding Drummond to that.
Who else? Who's trying to get a big contract? Who's on free agency this season? John Collins from the Hawks.
I mean, he'll be a good role player.
Spread the floor for
right, exactly.
Being a point guard, so I'll probably put. Let's see.
So I'm just saying,
the main will to be not as a come off the bench with them too.
I mean, you can add pieces, but they talking about adding what superstar level or all-star level players. And the only thing I can really see is a
Bradley Beal.
Bradley, Bill, Drummond, but I don't want to see Zach LaVine. I just want to see LaVine stay.
LaVine stay. Yeah. I mean, John Wall's available. I mean, you would assume James Harden will stay. Russell Westbrook. Chris Paul, you would imagine he would stay.
There's definitely gonna be some players on
Kemba, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler back
free agents. There's definitely gonna be players on the trade market. The trade market is gonna be probably bigger than free agency.
So yeah, those are a few of the people. Up next, my homie Mac Man from Trap Monster Clothing. Now he a big LeBron fan. He actually he a LeBron sexual and shit. Him and my little brother, like they be getting on my nerves because they post everything that's LeBron related and stats and comparing it to Jordan and shit. They be driving me crazy. But here's a question from my guy Mac Man. He said, "Why are people calling CP3 the greatest point guard and he hasn't won anything? And why are they calling Donovan Mitchell the greatest Jazz player and he ain't won anything? They gotta win something in order to be the greatest."
I hate that argument though, man.
The Donovan Mitchell thing. The Donovan Mitchell thing is too soon. It's too soon. He's a great.
Yeah, it is player. Right. I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Of the franchise producing good players that had some great careers. He's on pace to probably end up as one of the greatest Jazz of all time, if not the greatest. But it's too soon for Donovan Mitchell. Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards of all time. And
he's the point guard.
But if he does get that championship, that solidifies his moving up in the ranks. But that's one thing that's hindering him.
I mean, by
the ranks, but Chris Paul is hands down one of the greatest point guards ever.
Not the
greatest point guard ever, but he's hands down one of the greatest point guards ever.
Championships a literally situation. Like Robert Horry could literally be like one of the ghosts, but Hall of Fame. I really don't feel Robert Horry's Hall of Famer. He's just a situational player that plays.
Right, but again, if you based on that,
Chris Paul stat wise.
But see, the same thing is he'll say Robert Horry is not, but based on what he's saying, if you don't win nothing, then you're not great. But that's unfortunately in sports, that's the way that's how we that's how we rank our greats. But it's an unfortunate ranking because.
But we only use that when we want to use that, though, right?
Yeah, right.
It's like the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009, and we're out here talking about 27 rings. We fucking suck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Tom Brady. The whole time that everybody was like, "Oh, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT," and everybody was like, "Yeah, but like Joe Montana has more rings than him." And now that he surpassed Joe, it's like, well, that doesn't even matter anymore. It's like we keep moving the bar and we keep moving the line where we want it and where we think that it
moving the
goalposts to us.
Yeah, we moving
exactly.
The goalposts.
And that's you can't do that.
Has a better effect on the team than Chris Paul. Like Chris Paul literally like revived niggas' careers in New Orleans when Tyson Chandler came. He was going to be out. He was going to get bounced out the league after he left Chicago. He didn't hook up with Chris Paul.
Right.
That's your favorite thing to say. I think you've said that like 100 times.
He love that.
Because now niggas he's helping. They get in rings because they leave their shitty contract and go other places while he's stuck helping develop other players. Like
right.
That's your OKC. They play so good because of Chris Paul. What are they doing now?
The only pushback I'll give on that is that, like, you know, Steph Curry's still pretty young in his career, and he has an opportunity to maybe dethrone him depending on where he finishes his career.
But I feel Steph's not traditional point guard. You don't like.
He's not. He just shoots threes.
And again, I don't think Chris Paul is the greatest point guard of all time. Nobody's arguing him being the greatest, but he's definitely he's in the conversation. He's in the conversation. Ring or no ring, for what he's been able to do 17 years. He's been a top 5 point for damn near 17 years. Like, so it's like.
And who knows? Could fucking win a ring this year.
And this might be the year.
Anything is possible.
So, again, he was just arguing why Chris Paul mentioned. I think Chris Paul's resume as a player, his ability on the game and on the team it shows his greatness. Without the ring.
Chris Paul had a chance to win a championship.
Top 10 point guard all time. But if he wins the ring, I think he can easily move top 5.
Yeah, right.
Chris Paul's probably one of the most unluckiest players when it comes to getting injured at the wrong time. Because all the team, every time he has the chance to get to the finals, something like that, he gets injured
And also, unfortunately, he played in an era where it was Kobe, San Antonio, like
time out. Y'all can say all they want, but
Dallas,
we all know what's the real reason why Chris Paul don't got a championship. It's not injuries.
Because the NBA fucked him over.
Chris Paul from playing with Kobe, and we know damn well if that would have happened, he would have had his 2 championships already.
Right,
but
that's true.
I'm gonna leave that conversation alone because you see what Chris Paul's doing. You see what he did with James Harden. See what he did with Devin Booker. Now only imagine he played with Kobe.
And I think this is the first team that he picked. He specifically he saw something in Phoenix, and he specifically made sure that he went to Phoenix. He didn't want to go anywhere else but there. There was conversations that he didn't want to go to Boston, but his top number 1 team was Phoenix. So obviously he saw something that nobody else did. Obviously, we kind of saw a little bit of it during the bubble. But yeah.
And last question from another bronzexual. Shout out to my nigga Vance Anderson. He said, why don't players like KD, Giannis, Embiid, and maybe Tatum start to feel the ridicule and the fire that LeBron gets for not being able to carry their teams, but we expect LeBron to do it every damn year? So
I can take this one. I can take this one.
So he said,
real quick.
Why don't these players get ridiculed the same way LeBron gets ridiculed?
Yeah, no, totally get it. Totally get it. Because from the minute he got in the league, everyone claimed him the greatest player of all time. Everyone said he was going to be the best. And that was it. And he's got a crazy fan base, and that's what they expect. So the fans that complain about this are the fans that are giving him that.
Simple answer is
it's your fault.
They're not LeBron.
That was named in that list is just not on LeBron's level, so they're not gonna get
exactly. Simple answer.
Well, KD is. I would say KD is.
No, KD. You said KD. The list was KD, MB. Giannis,
he said right. He was just giving examples.
Forget about MB. Yeah, but I think the only 3 players you can put in this conversation is KD, Steph, and LeBron right now. That's it.
And Kawhi. Those the guys.
And Kawhi.
Mentioned.
That's it. So again, back to that point is because his fans made him this. They called him the greatest of all time before he was even considered in the conversation of the greatest of all time. They were sucking his dick before he even got in the fucking league.
Because
Drew included.
No, you
now defend your band.
You can't
back him up. Don't let me talk about your daddy like that.
Go, Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
You can know that a player is that good. Where are we talking about Luka and being the next superstar? You can know a player is good from the time he enters the league. Before you don't have to. It's not sucking his dick just because we proclaim.
But were you not banging your drum saying he's going to be the greatest player of all time?
Well, he wasn't. He wasn't watching basketball yet, so.
Oh my God!
But I'm saying the simple answer is that the same fans that complain about LeBron having too much pressure are the reason why he has too much pressure. You put that pressure on him. You know what I mean? Don't defend him now because you did it. It's again, it's back to that moving the goalposts. It's when it suits your argument, you're cool. When it doesn't, you move it.
We were all witnesses. Remember? We was all witnesses when he came in.
Nike, as a matter of fact, Nike created that.
No, I'm saying. But I'm just piggybacking off what Ed said. From high school, he's been the king. Since high school, his entire career, he's been crowned the heir apparent,
chosen one,
the chosen one,
heir to the throne,
the heir to the throne. So nobody, although these players are great players, none of them come into the league with that amount of pressure put on it. It's almost unfair because his fans and the media together have put this pressure on him. Now, Ron does take credit, got to take some credit for it too.
Yeah, he embraces it.
Because not only does he embrace it, he come out his mouth and say he the best. He's done things to control his narrative and make his teams.
So when he trouble, he never.
So no, I'm saying he's changed the scope of the league where giving players power. He's been a part of all this shit. So when you create your team and then you lose,
that's on you.
You get just like you get the credit if y'all win, you get the blame if y'all lose.
I mean, I agree with that. People never blame LeBron when they lose, but he gets all the credit when they win. They actually do blame LeBron when he loses. That whole Dallas. John
was ready to snap last week because of the same. What I'm saying right now. Drew, just let me talk. I'm saying, but John, did you not say last week you get tired of because there's always an excuse for LeBron?
Yeah, John hates LeBron, dog.
Now,
I think it's starting to come out.
John
was cool with LeBron until LeBron came to the Lakers and started fucking up. Then John was like, "Nah, yo, fuck this nigga, son."
No.
Nah, you definitely hate him.
LeBron's a great player, but I casually have these conversations with a lot of LeBron fans, and I hear this. It's like the same. It's the same. The same thing. When a certain player plays bad, boom, LeBron don't have help. When that certain player plays good, nobody mentions that said player. It's all Bron this, Bron that. So it's like,
look at the leadership.
I've just heard a lot amongst a bunch of Bron fans. You hear a lot. You go to social media and you see certain arguments and you just read the argument. Don't jump in. Just read the argument. It's always the same thing. Bron never has help. Bron this. But when they win, it's all Bron. When they lose, it's J.R. Smith's fault. It's everybody else on the team's fault. No? That's how.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Nah, but JR really fucked that game up.
JR did not know that game.
I mean, I can say one thing about that.
Oh boy.
All right, so we can leave it, Drew.
I said last.
Yeah.
All right, Ed's gonna be himself.
No, I said go.
All right, Ed's gonna be himself. No, we can go.
I said go.
We can go on to the next topic.
All right, but that was our OSA questions. Thank you guys for submitting questions. Continue to submit questions so we can answer them right here. As you can see, all of the LeBron sections are starting to watch the pod. So
is that what we're marketing towards? Because I don't want that.
Hey, he got a big fan base, so hey, bring him along. You guys are welcome. Welcome.
They're gonna hate me.
So they will. They might hate all of us except for DQ and Drew. But so that is the OSA question. We're gonna get into Marquee Miss, your game to watch for the week. Drew, kick us off with Marquee Miss.
Friday. My Marquee Miss is gonna be in MLB. We got the Houston Astros versus Chicago White Sox. I think that's gonna be a dope game to watch. So
gotcha. All right. Kev, let's get your Marquee Miss.
I have mine up. Let me see if I remember it. I see Yankees starting the Oakland A's series off on Friday. So that's my Marquee Miss because ain't nothing been marquee about the boys so far.
Right. All right, John.
My Marquee Miss is also the 3-game set between the Oakland A's and the New York Yankees.
All right, let's see what Yankees do. DQ.
I've been anticipating the new Mario Golf coming out, so I'm gonna say the U.S. Open is a Marquee Miss.
Okay, gotcha. That's dope. I want to play Mario Golf too. It's gonna be fire. Ed.
I'm gonna full-fledged into Euro Cup. I'm going Portugal, Germany, Saturday at 12 p.m.
All right, so y'all know where I'm going with my Marquee Miss. Y'all should know by now. I've been consistent with it. I'm going to the WNBA, but I'm going only one place. I'm going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas. We're going to go for them aces. You know, my girl, Miss Cambridge, out there doing her thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's the...
Okay.
Yeah, you got to remind me.
Just bring your fan base onto here. You will like Devin.
Yeah, so come on, man. We fucks with you over here. But they will be going against, they'll be here in New York, going against the Liberty Thursday. So I got the Las Vegas Aces versus the New York Liberty Thursday at 10 p.m. All right, that's the Marquee Miss. Hi, Miss Cambridge. All right. Last up is when you hear this, our bold prediction for the week of sports. Now, no one got their bold prediction right, unfortunately, this week. And it was close.
I was so close.
It was super close. And
the night that we filmed, 45 points. I was 5 points off.
Right. And I was off one game. Sox lost one game last week. And then they lost Wednesday and won every game the rest of the week. So
I was off by legit 5 points. Jimi almost did it that night.
So our bold prediction, what do you see happening in this week? So by the time the next time we air, what's bold in sports going to happen that we can discuss? Either we hit or not. Also, I'm sorry, Decap hit because he said Iggy was going to win.
Izzy won
263. So Decap got his right, but the rest of us, we were close, but not close enough. So let's see if we can get it right this week. Kev, when you hear this,
the Yankees would have swept the Blue Jays.
Okay.
Did we win tonight?
Yeah, we did. It was a good comeback.
I was watching the fight.
Yesterday though.
He said but he said
yesterday was a day off day.
But he said from when you hear this. But again,
we didn't play yesterday.
No, sweep will be the whole series. You can't.
He
can't lose one. Yesterday, today was the
first
first game.
He could do the sweep for the rest of the week.
For the rest of the week.
What are y'all talking about? Yo.
No, the Yankees didn't play yesterday.
The Blue Jays series started today. We won today.
Got you. All right, Kev.
No, all you gotta do is win 2 more games. That's it.
2 more games. Let's see how it works out. All right, Drew. When you hear this.
When you hear this.
When I hear this.
Okay. Touche. When you hear this, Donovan
Booker.
Yes, I was.
Dalvin Booker. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Booker, running back for the Vikings.
And Donovan Mitchell will have a 50-point game.
Okay. 50 point for specifically Donovan Mitchell. Okay. All right. So he making it real plain. Real plain. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
John.
And the Utah's about to win these last 2 games. Get to the Western Conference Finals.
So we're gonna do the 50 right now. All right, John.
When you hear this, the Clippers will advance and we'll have a Clippers and Phoenix Suns Western Conference Finals.
Got you.
Push-ups, John.
Oh, he betting you to push up, John. He said 100.
He said how many?
No, I said 20.
Oh, I said you're not taking that 100 push-up bet neither. If you lose, you're gonna be stressed. So 20? You want to do 20 push-ups? All right, yeah. Come on, no, it's crazy part. Only me and Kev posted our push-up from the previous bet. So
you were all right before.
So I'm just saying,
only me and John. You lose, you got to put up 40 in a clip.
I tore my shoulder, so I couldn't do it.
I'm just saying, me and Kevin's the only one that actually did the
I tore my shoulder. I swear to God, I tore my shoulder. Ask Alexa.
I'm just saying, I take the bet, but if I win, nobody does push-up. What's the point of taking the bet?
Before this episode is loaded up, you will see my push-up. Before this episode is loaded.
Yeah, because you're a punk and you can't do a 40 clip.
All right, can you do a 40 clip, nigga?
He can do it right now. Don't ask him.
Nigga,
he'll do it.
You work at him. You're supposed
to. He only said it because he can do it. That's why.
Well, you should have said it. You could do 100, but
yeah. No offense. I don't know. 100 clips is something else. I don't know if everybody's in shape to do 100 clips.
I could do 100 if I do 25 days in a row. I could do, like I said I could do 25 days in a row. I could probably do 40 in one day, another 15 in the next day. Give me 20 the following day.
I don't understand why we keep doing this push-up bullshit. Like, we are the out of shape Allstars. Like,
that's the point.
We're not the in shape Allstars.
But it shows we out of shape. It shows.
No. I don't like. The point is to show that we're not even going to bother. But we talk about. But the point is that we're supposed to make fun of athletes on this podcast. And the athletes that can do things that we could never do.
And again, we also supposed to make fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the point of us doing the skill challenges and shit, so we can make fun of ourselves.
That's different. You telling me to work out.
That's the same thing. But all right, DQ, when you hear this.
Someone in the MLB will get robbed of a go-ahead home run.
That's rare, but
that's gonna be so hard to find.
Crazy.
Too.
I did that MLB my game at MLB show. I caught a game-winning robbing home run in my franchise.
Nice.
All right, Ed, when you hear
Nice. So I've been going back and forth a lot. It's a little too early in the Euro. I wanted to stick to soccer, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I don't care who the fuck makes it to the Western Conference Final, but they're gonna be down. There'll be 2 games, hopefully, by the time this next episode comes out, or the second game will be playing on Tuesday.
No, there's 2 games.
Doesn't matter. Whoever gets there is going to be down 1-0 to the Suns because the Suns will win game 1.
Okay.
So, Drew, the bet still on 20 push-ups on the Clippers and Jazz?
Yeah.
All right.
The bet's been made.
All right. I'm gonna go back to. I like what they did last week, and I like what they've been doing. So I'm gonna go back to mine. I'm gonna say when you hear this, White Sox is gonna sweep the rest of the week. Also, when you hear this, my shoes will be out. Make sure y'all pre-order those logo ones. Logo ones. Make sure y'all pre-order Friday. All right, but yeah.
So Gordon Rosen's, remember, it's a one and done deal. My man Dev got these. Get them while they're hot. And after
one and done. Special order. You ain't gonna see them no more unless you see me wearing them. But that is our episode 9 for season 2. It's
only been 9 episodes.
Yeah, episode 59 for the overall. Great episode. Grind My Gears was very interesting. Brought out a lot of emotion. I like to see it. I like to hear it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you continue to share. We got the whole crew here. Shout out to our guy, always holding it down, our reliever, Don Decap, who fills in when we need him. We're going to have 2 guys out next week. Kev will be out as well as Drew will be out. So
we call him in the closer.
So we're going to call in the closer to cover these guys. But again, like I said, thank you for watching. The whole crew here, D2 here, Johnny here. I'm here, Kev here, Drew here, and our host, Eddie Horchard is here. But like always,
we finally out.
Love, you claim me the illest. You don't believe in yourself to forget it. You gotta put yourself up in position. Ice skating on thin ice, and my ice skates been in the kitchen. How can you tell me to pick a religion? I'm 24 and I'm broke as a bitch, but I'm a millionaire rich in the spirit. Yeah, hoping you get my plight. 24 hours in a day. Goofy ass niggas might die by night. Stand clear, hands in the air, I know my rights. This for the people who say you ain't scared. Nigga, you ain't think about this shit twice.